Send this to Twitch. I will open up the chat for us to have. Go ahead. All right, I think we are live. Mac, how's it going?
Yo, what up, what up, what up?
So I'm going to get the... Where's the channel? I'm going to get... we have a huge TV right in front of us.
Oh. I'm gonna mute the Discord real quick. Give me a second.
Where's the chat? That's what I'm looking for.
Oh wait, I actually need the Discord.
Do you? Oh yeah, you do need the Discord.
Oh yeah, that's okay. So okay, yeah, because I'm watching like your stream at the same time.
All right, so I got that. Hi everyone who's ever joining. We are just working out some kinks at the moment. Yes, we are live. So I'm gonna switch this stream because we're doing this partly remotely.
I mean, for the exception of Ty and Nick, it's definitely remote.
Yeah, for you. I think we got this. I think we're good. Let's go. We're golden. All right, go and tweet out. Do you have any alcohol ready, just in case we gotta take shots in victory?
Bitch, I work tomorrow.
you can only just get to take one.
There is no way that I'm gonna be able to like get completely fucking sloshed and then go to work tomorrow, especially because like we have 10-hour days. So yeah, that's not gonna be fun. It would not be a fun day. I'd be very grumpy and angry if I went to work like completely shit-faced. Are we live? Are we going live?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh shit. On Twitch it doesn't show that you're live.
Well, Jake the Snake is in here, so.
What's your okay, I'm just gonna go to your, let me see your
I just
profile.
tweeted it out.
You might be under something different.
You good over there?
Yeah.
We are live.
Yeah, bring out that chat for your screen, buddy.
Yeah, I'm checking it out. Mute site, there you go.
Yeah, I'm live on my end, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I don't know what you're
seeing.
So, so if you don't know our lovely faces, I am the Ty Jager. That is the Mac Pena, or it's just Mac Pena. You got lucky. You got lucky on your username.
Yeah, because I don't have to have the in front of it.
Some unactive account has that at Ty Jager. I'm upset, severely upset. And then Sir Nicholas Yarbro is currently making a drink in the room over there. God, I have this huge ass like monitor in front of me, and it's like blocking my view partially. At least people's view of me. So, see we got this set up. Look at this.
Hello.
It's Nicholas Yarbro. You made a
I
margarita.
will say, like, you guys have the cleanest sound just because of like the equipment you guys have. It's unfair.
Thank you, the Gauge Podcast, which you can't see from here. Where is that? Here's a billboard. Go, if you care about rodeo stuff, go check it out. GaugePodcast.com. So we got a big night in front of us. We got game twos. We have a game 1 and a game 2 tonight.
Wait, we have
two
a game.
tonight?
I mean, I know we have the Phoenix
I think
game.
we have one game tonight.
Yeah, I think we have one game tonight. I don't think it's 2.
It's Clippers and Suns.
Clippers and Suns tonight.
It's game 2 of Clippers and Suns.
Game 2 of Clippers and Suns. But before we get there, 7:30, the NBA 2021 Draft Lottery, where the Spurs have a 85.2% chance of getting 12th, or the wonderful, lovely number of 8.1% of a top 4 chance. Make that 1.2 if you're going to go to number 1 overall. So we have a fascinating night in front of us. Nick's gonna get drunk. I'm going to drive him home eventually. Max gonna be a pussy and not drink.
Yeah. Okay,
I might
maybe I'll have
drink.
one beer.
I might
I'll
drink.
have a beer.
You have a beer? Perfect. I don't know what I'm going to drink. We don't really have much here.
I think you can drink. How long is the draft? The draft is, or like the draft lottery?
It's not going to
like an
last
hour,
that
right?
long. Maybe 30 minutes.
Are you sure? I mean, this is NBA. They're
guessing-
gonna milk the shit out of this.
They're going to stretch it out as much as they can.
What does Nick's shirt say? Joey Spielberg. It says he's got a big fat.
Derek
Weird.
White.
Derek White, courtesy of our Uncle Joe.
Oh, dude, I love that Derek White shirt. I should have got one.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big
Yeah.
Derek White fan. I have an agenda about him.
You always have an agenda. So I'm
I
going to
like the
remove.
agenda, though.
So sorry if you guys don't know our Twitter handles. I'm getting rid of them. So we can see your lovely chat on the feed.
Anyone else? Jake, I already did my my Haka dance. I've exorcised the demons in my house, and I prayed to like 1,000 gods. That might be blasphemous, but I prayed to him.
Dang it.
G League champion Derek White, my boy,
Oh, all right.
MVP of the the bubble.
Get your things right, man.
I know.
So we got a lot going ahead of us. I'm trying to figure out we do have the alert box. That's where I'm finding. I was trying to bring that up because it was hidden behind us.
Ya prendí la vela. Yeah, dude.
Oh no, we lost Mac. There he is.
Uh-oh.
We got you. Don't worry.
Uh-oh. 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 There you go.
I found you. Don't worry. We good. I was just putting the alert box in front of us. G League champion
Evan
Derek
Mobley's
White.
on the.
Is it bad luck to wear this hat indoors?
No,
I think I should keep it on or take it off and put it. Like
Chad. What do you think? Should he take the hat on or off? I'm thinking on.
You look sexy either way, buddy. So you're good.
Thank you, bud. What's chat say?
We don't know yet. They're being slow.
I can read it.
How do you zoom in on a chat?
It's definitely not bad luck. Yeah,
Okay,
he's
we're
right.
keeping this shit
Absolutely
on
right.
then, buddy.
How do you zoom in?
I
All
mean,
right. So what is it? T minus 15 minutes to the draft lottery.
yeah.
So there we go. We're still doing things on the fly. I want to make the chat bigger.
I have 2 mixed drinks. I have a Patron margarita.
Why?
Holy shit! I'm telling you, dude, he's getting sloshed.
No,
I have to drive this fucker home.
And I have a Diet Dr. Pepper with a shot of Big Red in it to give it some more flavor.
Hold on.
So it's like now it's like 23 plus 1, like an extra flavor.
Yeah.
Well, and however many Big Red flavors there are. So okay, so to you, Nick, what does Big Red taste like? Does it taste like bubblegum or cherry, or like cherry bubblegum?
To me, it tastes like bubblegum cream soda.
Ooh, bubblegum creams. That's actually good. That's actually
There
like
is
kinda
cherry in
spot
it.
on.
Though. It's like cherry bubblegum cream soda.
Cherry bubblegum cream soda.
Because I'm pretty sure Big Blue is just Big Red without the cherry flavoring, and it tastes
I
a
don't
lot
know
like
how to
cream
do this.
Oh
soda.
yeah.
You guys can see that I'm struggling with this camera angle.
Hooper!
Hooper, what up, boy?
Hey, I followed Hooper. I followed your
I am live.
your org's TikTok account because they showed up on my feed about Warzone. The subliners, right?
The subliners, dude.
Yeah, they make
Hey,
good
can
content.
you,
Y'all
bring
make
me
good
some
content.
food? Thanks, baby.
Can we just appreciate that lovely background that Mac has?
It's so good.
It's badass.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
I think it looks great for now because most
Thanks,
of your
man.
chairs.
I mean, that's the beauty of having like a shallow depth of field. Like you can't really tell what's back there.
I need to make adjustments in my new apartment.
Ren the Duke.
Let's go, baby.
Subliners.
So everyone, thank you for coming though. We're glad to have you. If you guys think
wait.
there's any other issues, please let us know. I will be happy to fix them if audio is a little too quiet, too loud, or anything like that. You can't see shit. I don't know. It's a work in
Dogs
progress.
are popular on Twitch, right? Like we have like it's good clickbait.
Hey, let's get the clickbait. Let's get the
Spurs
clickbait.
Top 4 pick, and I'll get a Spurs tat. Yeah, I'm getting the Coyotes profile picture tattooed on me. Maybe even if we don't get a top 4 pick.
That's how a good pick.
That would still be a solid tattoo for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all know that
Because-
Dakota is going to give us tattoos anyway.
Yeah, because the
Maybe
Spurs,
maybe I would do the
Sup, you
Coyote
loser,
Batman.
Brett.
Brett, because the Spurs Coyotes profile picture reminds me of like American traditional, even though it isn't, but it still looks good and it would make a good tattoo.
Yeah, for sure.
Brett Solis says, "It's Brett." Hey, Brett.
How's it going, my man?
I'm hyped for this lottery. Can't believe it's my second year tuning in for y'all's coverage. Woo!
This is our second year
annual
for
at the line
This is
coverage.
this is so we didn't do draft. Did we do draft? I'm not sure we did draft lottery last year. I know that we did. We did draft day. That
Yeah.
was with Nick, Noah, and I. Mac was AFK for that one, but
I was out.
the
I was
goal
indisposed.
the goal for this year is to have Mac in this studio with Nick, Noah, and I. So
the actual draft.
and we're gonna have multiple cameras. We're gonna have a good setup. We're not just gonna have the screen this time. I actually have a better computer I can run.
I might actually get fucking blasted. Like, I might get drunk on that night.
Hey, I'll drive you home, dude. I mean, I'll pick you up from your place, and I'll drive you fucking home.
Well,
Snooty.
I'll have an extra apartment, so
An extra apartment.
so I'm
fancy.
gonna be in 2 apartments at that time.
Oh yeah.
July, because I move into my new apartment like July 21st, but I don't move out the other one until like July 30. I mean July 21st is when I move in. July 31st is when I move out my current one.
Mhm.
Ugh. Kai Jones to the Spurs. Fuck yeah, I want that to happen.
If they land at 12.
Honestly, and I think Ty and I were talking about this earlier.
I
honestly,
said the same thing with Nick too. So go ahead.
Okay, honestly, at this point, I mean, this draft is so loaded, at least in the lottery portion, where you kind of can't miss as a Spurs organization.
Yeah, and I was
honestly.
listening to Zach Lowe's podcast, and he had someone on. No, it was Noah's. Noah had his guest on his inaugural podcast episode, which I did the intro for, by the way, fellas.
It sounded really good.
Thank
It sounded
you.
really, really
And,
good, by the way.
His guest talked about how the draft falls off after the first 4 picks, which sounds
don't think
bad,
so.
but then you realize that those first 4 picks are like almost franchise altering picks. So it's like a billionaire versus a millionaire. It's like, yeah, you're not as rich, but you're still pretty rich until probably outside of the 13th and 14th pick, it falls off pretty hard because you don't have people like Wagner and like Kai Jones. You won't have anything for Scotty Barnes, Kispert. They're all gone. But between 5 and up to 12 or 13, like, we're in pretty decent shape.
I mean, they're like, you're right.
Yes, I do,
And I don't
Joey.
know if the drop off is as drastic from like the top 4 picks to like the 5 and the 15 as much as there were like in previous years. I think in this year, like, that gap is a lot smaller to where you can still find a really good player, like a high role player, maybe, you know, a second or third option, you know, in the 5 to 12, 5 to 15 range, as opposed to like in previous years where you were just picking, you know, bench guys or fillers for your
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, Hooper. DeJounte continues his all
F in the
all
chat,
NBA
boys.
defense with the big block on Nic Yarbro over here.
There
Like,
you go, F in the chat, boys.
Yeah, F in the chat. And Joey, yeah, I still do have Ben Simmons to Spurs energy. It's never been extremely high, but I don't hate it.
Oh man, I don't know about that, dude.
Now, my stipulation that I've never articulated on Twitter is that I only do it for a DeMar sign and trade with maybe the Sixers adding like a 2nd round pick, because they need to shed him. They need to get rid of his contract, and they need someone like DeMar.
So even after like what I think it was Doc Rivers said today, and Dwight Howard, even though after they showed support, you still think that Ben Simmons is going to get moved?
Fuck yeah. Oh, Lopez. Where would Vassell go if he was in this year's draft? If we go into with the knowledge that we had last draft, not looking at this basketball year, he would probably go top 10, I think, because he was projected like between 9 and 13 last draft, and last year's draft was dog shit. Like, if there wasn't like James Wiseman would not go top 4 in last year's draft.
He would not go. I don't think James Wiseman would have gone top 4. He still would. He's still a first rounder though, but it's not. Sorry, I got that's if you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel or follow, not YouTube, or I don't know, Twitch.
to the Twitch.
What do you do? Subscribe? Is that what's called? See this?
There's the follow, and then there's like, you're not an affiliate. I don't think you're an affiliate yet, so you can't
Yeah, I'm not
do
affiliate.
you don't have the subscribe button yet, but you can follow along.
Go ahead, please follow.
Yeah. Wait, is it affiliates, or I think it's partners that get subscribed, right? Or do affiliates also get subscribed?
No, affiliates get subscribed also, but I think it's like at a lower pay rate.
So like 1/3 or something? Because I know partners get half.
Yo, Joey,
Bro
here we
goes
go,
as
baby.
well.
This is what I got. This is a lucky number right here.
21. We're gonna end up with
Hey.
the 21st pick in the draft somehow.
So I got the
Oh fuck.
I got the Tim Duncan Fundamentals World Tour shirt on.
There you go. See, we're channeling our
Guys.
our what is it? 1996 energy.
We're
like
not
when
going-
when they got Timmy.
What pick are we going for, guys?
Top 4.
4, baby.
Top 4. That's
Let's
right. We're going for top
go!
4. That's
love
the top 4. That's the energy
I
we
love
need.
Let's go.
Yeah, affiliates do get subscribers too.
Gonna get a drink. I keep walking on camera.
Mm-hmm.
On Noah's thing,
I'm going my classic
Jay,
red, my
like
coconut
on
Red Bull.
Noah's
I'm
on
not drinking
Noah's
yet.
Alamo City Limits podcast, that guy mocked like everybody going to the Spurs,
Dude,
from
he was-
Corey Kispert to Jalen Green.
To that
he also
short
said
fuck.
that
Don't. That's
Mitchell,
That's not the
Davion
proper
Mitchell was
word.
good. Like, it
Yeah,
was
Davion Mitchell.
just crazy.
Well, he's like Davion Mitchell. Like he's measured at 6'3", but I think he's shorter. He had like
Dude,
he.
I
It was so.
don't want
funny.
any guards.
Oh no, I don't want a single guard.
No guard.
unless it's like
Suggs.
Suggs or Green. Honestly, if you do get that top 4 pick and you get a guy like Green who is 6'6" still,
Who would you get if we got a top 4? Okay, in order: Cade, Mobley, Green, Suggs.
yeah, that's how I.
yeah,
That's how.
that's
I would do
it.
it.
Like, that's all you can go
That's
for.
a consensus for top 4 pick.
I wouldn't even.
Or
If Suggs was the only one there, I would trade down like one spot and get something for that.
Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
That.
Although I just saw that Davion Mitchell. I thought that said Donovan Mitchell's overhyped. I was like, oh, but no, yeah, Davion
We're about
Mitchell's
to
overhyped.
fight. We're about to fight.
Yes, this is where you harass the Spurs peeps, buddy.
Let's
Is
do
that
it.
fadeaway?
Bring it on. Generic white guy. Let's do
I think
it.
that's fadeaway.
Yeah, in the chat, give us your roll call of your Twitter handle if it's not the same as if your username on Twitch is not the same as your Twitter, so we know who you are.
I do like that generic white guy handle. That's funny.
It is funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give us your @, so we know who you are if you don't have your name, or if like it's not the same as your @.
We want to know your lovely. We want to know who's joining us of our lovely friends from Spurs Twitter.
Oh, T-4 minutes.
4
Yeah.
minutes.
So if Davion Mitchell or if the Spurs select Davion Mitchell, I will be thoroughly pissed.
I will do a.
Especially like depending on who's available. I would be so pissed if they selected Davion Mitchell
will
because
do a
he is definitely
backflip.
not somebody we need.
I'll do a backflip off the Alamo Dome. I'll drive down to San Antonio and do a backflip off the Alamo Dome if we take fucking Davion Mitchell. Frankie Spirito.
I will free fall from the rafters in the AT&T Center with no parachute and splat on the fucking court.
All right, so hopefully this is
Live
the right
from
channel.
my car. It's Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah. Spurs Coyote burner. Haha, I get it.
Coyotes in here.
Tell
What is
Ty.
he,
it's Saturday.
Ah,
Oh no!
JK, it's Hailstone. Hey Ty, you hoe.
No, I don't know. It might be the fadeaway, but I could definitely see generic white guy being.
It's fadeaway.
that's funny.
That's
when is the
hilarious.
draft? When is the official draft?
It's next.
In 3 minutes.
It's next.
Oh, the draft. It's in
No,
like
the actual
late
July
July, right?
29th.
July
Fuck.
20th.
I had to put this into my calendar and make sure I made sure that work was not in this studio on the day of the draft. So
Still a whole month away. God bless.
Woj is looking exhausted, brother.
he's been
Man, he was
working.
he was dunking on Shams earlier. That's why he's tired.
So I'm not sure. I'm going to
Oh,
try. to give us
Kuminga
some
would
on-
be good. Kuminga would be a
Kuminga,
good
I like
pick for the
Kuminga.
Spurs.
Yeah. If we could trade down to get him or Barnes, like 2 or 3 spots. If we got number 4, we shouldn't pick at 4. I don't think. I think we should pick at like 6 or 7. Get like a good player out of it.
I mean, at that
If
point,
possible.
yeah, Kuminga would still be there. Scotty Barnes would still be there. Your other guys like Kispert and Kai Jones would still be there. So yeah, I mean, trading down from 4 on down, so that way you can get some more draft assets. That'd be good.
I know who I want for our second round pick. I am totally set on Thor. I want Thor, dude. I was watching
Or you can
him.
get his jersey.
Yeah,
if you get Thor.
No, but I was watching that tweet Tom Petrini put out where he says watching respectfully, and it's Thor just like hitting 15 fucking threes in a row, like
Jesus.
side moving threes going all around the arc tracing it, and it was like smooth. And he's a lefty too.
His dimensions are a little insane.
Yeah, he's
So
weird.
So in socks, he's 6'8.5", a wingspan of 7'3 and a quarter, and a reach of 9'2" at only 203 pounds.
Like standing reach. That's nuts.
Jesus Christ, dude. That would be a good second round pick.
That's just insane.
He may go at the tail end of the first round, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he may do like a la Luka, where it's like you're picking for potential, and a team may take a swing, like a team that needs him, like Philly or someone may take a swing really early. Like a
What
little
up?
too
Shout
early.
out to Jeff.
Jeff.
Sorry, Nick.
So so fade away.
Yeah, Josh Giddey's good actually. I mean, I don't know if I would be totally into Josh Giddey at 12.
I don't think
but
so.
it
It's
depends.
better
It depends on if no one else is available, he might be the guy to go for.
Now he might be a good guy to like build around too, just in
Yeah.
terms of his game.
It's better than Mitchell at 12. Jeez.
But
Yeah, for sure, better than Mitchell at 12.
but saying what Fadeaway is saying about trading up, if the Spurs honestly see someone that they like, they're going to trade up.
Yeah.
They showed that back in 2011 where they won Kawhi, but Indiana got him first, and so they said, "Here, have George Hill and what else did they give up? I forgot. You give us something."
No,
It
I think
was-
we just trade George Hill because we traded for Davis and Kawhi, right?
Yeah. I can't remember who else it was.
Because Hill was hot shit back then, I thought. Like, he was touted as being really good.
So, written by Chad Ford back in June of 2011, Pacers have traded draft rights to Kawhi Leonard to the Spurs for point guard George Hill, and then also Davis Bertans.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I thought it was.
So the Spurs received the rights to Davis Bertans, and then also some random 2005 draft pick, Erasm Lorberg. We clearly didn't get him.
Let's face it, by the time the draft happens, OKC will have 8 of the top 10 picks, and they'll still lose all of them by the end of their rookie contracts.
That's the gamble you go with having all those fucking first round picks. Not to mention they're gonna have to pay some of those guys. So
Big.
whoever they draft are pretty much there's a big guarantee that they're not gonna be on the Thunder for the long term.
Yeah, I think they're banking their picks so that they can just go all in on like even someone who may be more of a sure thing than like Cade or someone like in a year or two, because they have 18 picks over the next
Dude, they got a shit ton of picks.
7 seasons.
That's all we got to say. They have a shit ton of picks.
shit ton.
They average 2 or 3 first round picks a year for the next like decade or like 8 years.
I know that at minimum they're gonna have 3. They're gonna have 3 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now it depends if the
3 first rounders, which is
so
insane.
3 first rounders. I think that's all they can get. But
Yep.
if the Rockets fall out the top 4 and top 5, it becomes a pick swap. Rockets get the 18th, and Thunder get the 5th.
Haha.
Oh,
Dude.
Imagine, dude.
And you know what's crazy? It's on a coin flip if the Rockets get first, or if the Rockets get top 4 or not. It's like 47% they don't, 53% they get top 4.
Peter J. Holt, managing partner representing
Peter!
Oh my god, dude.
Akeem Olajuwon for the Rockets, Ben Wallace for the... Oh, I didn't get to finish that list. I just know that Nazir Muhammad is representing the Thunder tonight, former San Antonio Spurs champion.
Heck yeah. Dude, I was talking to my granddad, because me, my granddad, and my stepdad, we're all and they're both older. We're all watching the Nets Bucks game 7. We started talking about basketball, and they're in their like late 60s and 170. So their takes were hilarious. He was like, my granddad was like, "Now I heard something about, Tim Duncan being the number 1 power forward or whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, he is." He's like, "Yeah, but what do you know about Elgin Baylor?" And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about, old man?" Because he tried to bring up the ring thing. And I was like, did Baylor lead his team to 5 rings as like the main lead? Like, nah. Did he lead them? Now he may do what he wants. Did he lead them? And I was talking about the stuff that would happen to Tim Duncan if he went back in the 50s and 60s and was like dragging his nuts on all these white dudes, just like dropping 80 and 20 and 20 a game. I was like,
they would probably chase him out of the town.
They'd be like, "What
hauling
is
a
this
pitchfork
magic?"
and a pitchfork and a noose.
That's kind of what it sounds like. He
Poor
wouldn't want to
Tim
go
Duncan.
back there.
He would have to swim back to the Virgin Islands, dude.
For real, dude.
Sanctuary.
All right. So here's the key things to learn: either that this is going to go by really quick for the Spurs, or it's going to get stretched out. So the key indicator to know that the Spurs have jumped is if their name is not announced at 12. If you don't hear the Spurs name at 12th for the 12th pick, start fucking celebrating, because that means that the Spurs have jumped up. That means they jumped up to top 4. But if
imagine if the Rockets fucking do lose that top 4 pick, like,
bro, I'm
all
telling
the
you,
shit that they endured this year, and then they're like, "Fuck yeah, Cade is coming to Houston,"
and then they get
and then they
18th.
lose that draft pick. Oh my god!
Also-
you guys gotta check on your Rockets friends. Make sure people in Houston are
Who the
okay
fuck
and they're
has
not
Rockets
setting their
friends?
jerseys on fire because they're gonna be pissed.
Hey Mac, lower your camera just a little bit. Give yourself less headroom.
Hey, who
told me
has
to
Rockets
pick it up,
friends? What do you
bitch.
mean?
I said to put it down. I said face it down so you gave yourself less headroom earlier.
I don't know what happened.
If you
dude.
hear
I don't know,
the
man.
if you hear the Spurs name at 14,
We're fucked.
you need to commit Sudoku. You know why?
Because that means
Because-
2 people jumped up.
No, not just that. We have an 18 times likely more chance of getting the first overall pick than we do 14th. It's 0.1 to 1.8%.
Wow.
We have a 0.1 chance to get 14, and I think Adam
Is that better,
Silver's
Jack?
out there like a little rat, like, oh, the Spurs, they're done.
So, I'm not sure. Do I want to? I shared that conspiracy theory with you guys, right? That I talked
was
about there. I have a conspiracy theory that this could possibly happen. I doubt it's going to happen. Watch the Pelicans get the first pick so they can
Oh,
put
yeah.
Cade next to Zion,
knock on wood.
just to save.
Wood.
Just save to. This is wood. We got a lot of wood in this place, but I'm just saying. Imagine that happening, just because you have one of the team's least moneymakers struggling, and now you got reports that Zion possibly wants out.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Because 2 things. Adam Silver wants Zion on a large market team. And number 2, Adam Silver does not want a team in New Orleans because they're not making them enough money. He
I was
wants
gonna
a
say,
team that they
if anything, what's gonna happen is if the Pelicans do get the first pick and they go Cade, you can already book it that they're gonna go to Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
Just start building it in Seattle. 'cause
And
they're
then,
gonna go to Seattle.
And then the division's going to get rearranged too. They have the Thunder in the Southwest instead.
Which is fine.
Well, no,
Which
it's
is-
just that's for some reason I've always been fascinated by division realignment whenever it comes to like expansion teams and shit. So, Keem Elijah won.
some of these conferences and divisions don't make sense.
I'm trying to find like a good there used to be sites that had like good percentages in terms of the lottery odds.
Who the fuck has Rocket friends?
Unfortunately, my future roommate is a Rockets fan.
Wow, unfortunately, you're going to have to...
Fortunately, I'm gonna
Hire
be
a
laughing
hitman.
my ass off. at him.
You're gonna smother his ass in his sleep. Just go in there with a pillow and put it over his face.
You guys are asking a little too much at this point.
I do know some or
I was like,
there
what
was
the
a
fuck was that?
there was a couple of Spurs fans that were either like dating a Rockets fan or married to Rockets fans.
I don't know
So
how you can
it's
do
a
that.
weird dynamic.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Pelicans got Griff. They do got Griffin. That is a point. So overall, the Spurs have a 85.2% chance of getting the number 12. It goes from 2.4, 2.1, 1.9, and then 1.7 from 4 to 1. And then they have a 6.6% chance of dropping down 1 to 13. And then it's 0.1 for 14. That means 2 teams jumped in front of you.
Dude, if we get 14, I'm lighting my shirt on fire in the studio.
Don't do that. This is my work. I do not need that.
I'm kidding.
I do not need that on my. So, you guys have any questions while we wait and have to watch Jeff
Are we
Richardson?
gonna watch the game here?
We can.
Okay.
Because you're gonna
What's
get
going on?
drunk. You need time to sober up.
Probably. I may drink one more, and that'll leave me having to sober up a little bit. Pelicans got the grip. Pelicans don't have a fucking head coach for
Hey,
the
d-
second off season in a row.
Dude, if the Cavs can get multiple first round picks that go fucking nowhere besides Kyrie. With Griffin, I think we're good. Also, it's probably a bad sign if Griffin gets in our first top number 1 pick.
Zubac starting at center tonight. Who cares?
Wasn't Serge out for the season?
No, yeah, but like he hasn't been starting because they've been running small ball. Hey, don't think that I've forgotten that the Cavs are apparently shopping Sexton. I want Colin Sexton. He just averaged like 26 points per game. Like he's so good.
Who would you give up though? Because you're gonna have to give up a guard.
Oh, I'd give up Lonnie.
Who?
Lonnie.
Sounds like...
All right, chat. If you had to give up,
if I heard that in my headphones right.
Chat, if you had to give up one of the, let's say, main 4 guys between Jonte, Derek, Keldon, Lonnie, actually 5, and Devin, who are you sacrificing for?
Who are you sacrificing?
One, only one.
Lonnie?
Only one. Mine's Lonnie. Unfortunately, I think the ceiling is too high with Devin and Keldon, and it's also just a little too early.
Derek is literally our best player, brother.
Yeah,
he is probably 2 seasons removed from being like all-star caliber. He may be 1 season removed.
And other fans are saying the same thing where Derek White can be a borderline all-star.
Yeah,
and it's not even his fault. I mean, I'm pretty sure he could have been an all-star already, but it's not his fault that like the West is loaded with a ton of good guards.
All right, so a lottery order is going to be revealed coming up next. So
older, but Derek is only like 26, barely about to turn 27. Like, I highly encourage y'all to go listen to Alamo City Limits, that first episode, because they talk about Noah talks with a Bulls fan. I think he's a Bulls fan. About different players, and he was gushing over Derek the last half hour, saying he's fringe all-star, borderline all-star. He thinks that the team, if Pop's going to stay, the team should build around Derek and see if he can run the team, and if not, then rebuild. But he thinks that Derek is our fringe all-star.
I got things to say about that part, but overall the episode was great in terms of if you are still kind of a bit unknown with some of these players, he does a really good job of kind of going to do a quick overview of stuff with those kind of top candidates for number 12.
So he'll have the highest. Dude, I don't think like the Cavs aren't as high on Colin Sexton. Like they've been reporting this for the past month or two that I think Lonnie in like a 2023 first could get us Colin, and that's totally worth it in my opinion. Especially because I think 2 years down the line we'll be a team that's picking out of the lottery, especially with Colin.
Mac, you're still giving yourself too much headroom.
Oh my God.
There we go. That's better. There you go. It's like 1/3 of the top of your camera was like just empty headspace. This is
oh my God. It's because I don't want to like sit up straight the entire time, bro.
Well, even when you're sitting up straight, you had too much headspace. What?
Y'all,
I wasn't sitting. I was slouching a little bit.
Gabe just tweeted Jay Bills has Davion Mitchell at 5 on his big board.
Holy shit.
That dude needs to be
fired. Is not a lottery pick.
Sorry, Gabe.
Like
if you're watching.
Can't be.
No. Gabe is like he's like what? Because like Davion Mitchell shouldn't be 5th.
Oh, sorry, Gabe. Yes, we agree with you, Gabe. My bad.
That reminds me of when Kevin O'Connor. Who did he have as like top 3 or?
He had Killian Hayes at number 1 last year.
At number 1. What?
And
the fuck is that?
that's still out to be for the judges because Killian Hayes was injured last season.
Okay, yeah.
Needs to be another Ben Simmons case where like he's a rookie of the year as a second-year player.
Yeah, on a technicality, Kevin O'Connor's not wrong. On a technicality, what's this new Whataburger thing?
I don't think that's Wendy's.
Oh,
this is Wendy's, my man. It's not Whataburger. Whataburger does not commercialize.
Wendy's
is
like taking over these ideas.
That looks good, man. I'm hungry.
Hey, but that's for 2 for $4.
Dude, those frozen so they had like an iced coffee type like frosty. My God, those things were gross. Those things are disgusting. Just get yourself a normal frosty at that point.
I'll be right back, fellas.
That sounds gross. I don't know why you'd mix coffee and a frosty.
I don't know.
What?
I thought it was going to taste a little bit better, but I don't like coffee. That's just me. There's a reason I'm drinking.
Then why would you even get it if you don't like coffee?
I was trying it. It was like when it first came out, I was like, fuck it. I'll try it.
That sucks, dude. I mean, I know I don't like coffee, and I just stay away from it for the most part.
Yeah, I don't care for coffee either.
Unless, like, I douse it in fucking French vanilla cream or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. The only way, like, I would drink the Frappuccinos from, like, Starbucks. Just because
yeah, those are good.
It's kind of like, it's essentially a milkshake at that point.
Yeah.
So, chat, how are you guys doing tonight? You guys excited? Tell us what we're gonna do. If I am going to I'm recording all of this, so I will have this captured just in case something happens.
So quick question:
Yes.
if the Spurs do get the top 4, where are you gonna put your Coyote tattoo? Is it gonna be on your ass?
So no. So my
gonna be your
Coyote
tramp
tattoo only
stamp?
my tattoo.
Or are you gonna do it like right above, like on your fupa?
So my Coyote tattoo only
And
happens.
why is it gonna be on your ass cheek?
Well, mine only happens if the Rockets get knocked out of the lottery as well. Get knocked out of the top 4 as well.
Okay.
Not yet. Where are you putting your tattoo?
Probably on my thigh.
He says it's thigh.
If it's gonna be the eyes,
Or his
'cause he's gonna
forearm.
do that. The eyes, he's gonna put it right above like his belt line.
Well,
So
he's
that
getting
way
he's getting the
whenever
profile. He's getting
ready
like the
to take off
profile
his
picture.
pants, like it shows his eyes.
Oh.
It shows the Coyote's eyes.
Oh, it's an interview. Fuck. Rachel Nichols, get off the screen. I know that you're great, but I want to know the lottery picks. Damn it.
I know, man. Imagine holding out. That's all they're doing, building suspense.
That's how they always do it. Having fun
Oh,
over
look,
there, trying to get ice.
Speaking of the devil, Davion Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell's being interviewed right now. He's not a good pick for us, though. Picks are about to reveal in like 3 minutes.
Who's pick? The first, like 14?
Yeah, the whole thing.
I'm not gonna lie,
they
I'm
do
nervous
all
about
of them.
this. Yeah, I am too.
they go in
I feel
order.
like,
I forgot about
honestly, like I feel like it's just gonna stay. We're gonna stay at 12. Like there's not gonna be any fireworks.
So
Nick, on the other hand, said he has a good feeling about this. So
I'm not gonna
with
say
Nick.
anything. I had to.
I'm gonna hitch my
I'm not
wagon
gonna say
onto that.
anything. I'm just not gonna jinx at the moment. I will say afterwards. But, while it is possible, like the Pelicans jump, the Lakers in the
So
first,
good.
the Lakers in the first year of this lottery setting jumped from like I want to say 9th, either 9th or 10th up to the top 4. So it is possible. But man,
Yeah,
have
but
you-
that's also the Lakers. I mean, if there's one team that the fucking NBA wants to see do really, really well, it's obviously the Lakers.
Adam Silver wears fucking LeBron pajamas to bed, dude. Mac, have you ever
Yeah.
tried this screwball whiskey?
No,
like
that sounds
peanut-
pretty
it
damn
is
good.
so-
That
it-
looks good.
It tastes like a Reese's Puff.
it's a peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah, it's so good.
Drink-
I don't
please
like
drink
whiskey
responsibly.
at all, but like this is really good.
That looks really good. Did Ty give you that recipe?
What?
No, we have a whole bar. here.
It's just a bottle called. It's just Screwball Whiskey is what it's called.
Oh,
They
it's
sell it
not
at
even
Total
mixing.
Wine.
Like it's not. You don't mix it with anything. It's just a straight
No.
up whiskey.
It's delicious. It tastes like a dessert.
Holy shit! You get absolutely stupid with that type of whiskey. Just keep
It's a good shot.
fucking
Mm.
yeah, exactly taking shots, or even like Nick's doing it on the rocks. Just take it straight.
There's one rock because the ice is impossible to break in there. It's all like,
It's all in the clump.
yeah.
We need to get new ice.
Mac, are you excited to go tubing?
Fuck yeah!
Did you
Shout
buy?
out to
You have your
Dakota
tube
Mitchell.
already?
I bought my tube today.
Dakota Mitchell, go to the
I have not
Compache
bought my tube.
Collective.
I need to buy my tube. And I'll be out there
I
working
bought-
on the tan.
I bought myself a tube and like a dry bag.
Did you get the River Rat tube?
No, it was a different one, but it was cheap. This is like maybe $10 on Amazon. I found like a really good one for cheap.
They have the River Rat at Walmart for $10 right now.
I got a good one. It's
Okay, good.
it's blue.
Yeah,
So
we're ready.
I'm gonna have to get one with like the netted bottom because my wife doesn't want to have like her legs
Oh
out
yeah.
where she can just fall. So I'm gonna have to do the netted bottom one. So I'll get one netted bottom and then like probably the River Rat where I can just chill.
The River Rat, dude. If you go right now at Walmart, it's still $10.
I'll have the
Yeah,
dry
I gotta
bag.
order it online for sure.
I was like, I need to get something dry bag because I want to have my phone with me.
Hey, so speaking of that, do you guys want to park in my house and then we just drive down?
Yeah, we can
Since
do
you
that.
guys are gonna be on the way.
Well, I'm gonna be at. I guess I'm gonna
Yeah.
go be at a. I need to figure out my plans for that. Miles Bridget, Nancy Leonard.
Ben Wallace.
All right.
Oh.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go, guys.
Tatum is on the
Please
screen.
God. Let me get this
Thank you,
tattoo.
Rachel. Good luck, everyone.
I'll still probably get it anyways.
Pick number 14 will be made by
This is so dramatic.
the
All
Golden
right.
State Warriors.
All right.
No.
Pick 14 is going to the Golden State
13th pick
Warriors.
belongs to
Fuck yeah.
Indiana
Okay,
Pacers.
so
All right, moment of truth,
15.
boys.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
what?
Stop
Picking
that.
12
She was
will be
scary. God damn it.
Ah.
Oh well.
12th pick, boys.
Woo!
Ooh, he's
Oh,
my Peter J. Hope, baby.
Look at that.
All
That's
right,
a
we
face
ain't
of a
going
man
lower.
that already knows
We
who
ain't
he's
All
going
right,
picking.
hold on. I'm gonna see.
That's good.
Let's see what the rest goes.
The Charlotte
That's about on. Yeah, that's about where it needs to be.
No surprises yet. Pick still going to form so far.
So 12th pick, everyone. We'll trade up.
Pick number
Don't worry.
10 will be made by. The
All
Nets.
right, the Pelicans
All
don't
right,
get top.
my theory did not come to fruition. No changes in
Thank
the top
God.
4.
She looks so upset.
The 9th pick goes to. The
Yep,
Sacramento
it should have been
Kings.
Sacramento. No changes still. So kind of pretty.
That would suck if this was a predictable draft.
It's pretty
The 8th
stagnant.
pick will be made by. The Orlando
Yep, that was
Magic.
projected.
Okay.
That was projected.
All right, Orlando coming
I
after
thought
that
they
high
finished
low
worse.
means that Chicago has not jumped into the top 4.
Twitter melting down.
Pick conveys
I'm not
to
looking yet.
Orlando as
I'm
part
paying
of the
attention to
Nikola
this.
Vucevic deal.
Yeah, if it's 12, start talking
The
trades.
7th pick
It's-
belongs to.
So this one's supposed to be. Oh!
the Golden
Oh,
State
Oh
what?
shit!
Wait, what?
Toronto just jumped into the top 4.
Oh, Toronto has a top 4 pick.
Jumped into the
Shit!
Yeah.
top 4.
Let's go.
Have their 2 picks.
Fragment Fleet, you should be excited, my man. Damn. They dropped one spot, by the way.
Number 6 goes to. The
Oh! What? Cleveland jumped up! What?
That means that Cleveland has
All right,
Fuck!
Rockets.
Cleveland jumping up into
This Rockets.
Number
want the
5
Rockets
is
right
the
here,
the
five.
Houston Rockets.
that
Come on.
Number 5, it would be Thunder, right? Would they announce it as Thunder or Rockets?
They would announce it
5th
as
pick will
Rockets.
be made by.
Come on, Houston.
Don't get first,
Orlando got fucked.
dude. They got 8 and
They had a
5.
top 3 pick.
Fuck. At least we're not Orlando.
They got 5 and 8. Not bad.
With the number 5 pick, that means that the Raptors
Ooh.
see Fred VanVleet. There have been a difficult season for them.
Dude, imagine if the
Chandler could use
if
some good news.
if the
We'll see if they
Raptors
get
get
the number 1
Cade,
pick. The Cleveland
shit.
Cavaliers have had the number 1 pick
You know what? That's my
more than
theory.
any other franchise.
Silver's
They
trying
get
to
it
boost up
tonight,
the
but we all
Raptors.
will find out very soon. The Detroit Pistons.
Ben Wallace is just shaking his head.
So who jumped in front of who did the
Cleveland.
Rockets and Cleveland jump in front of?
Does not go to
They jumped in front of Oklahoma City and Orlando.
God, really? Oh, it's so funny.
So Detroit and Houston are the only 2 left. Besides that, we don't know who's in the top 4. So there's
Yeah, it was in the top 4 picks are still waiting to be revealed.
so we can probably figure out. I really hope Houston's not.
Write
no.
this shit down. Ben Simmons will be a Spur within 2 weeks' time because of this.
No, fuck no.
Fuck off.
No.
All right,
No.
let's look at Spurs Twitter. Let's read some tweets.
Oh yeah, let's go through. I saw a few.
Oh, I forgot.
wild.
I need to do a quick article thing.
What's up, family? Like a good neighbor.
Toronto, wow. Imagine if the Spurs got an extra pick in the Kawhi Raptors trade. Oh, no.
Wait, could we got it?
Yeah, it was 2 years after the other. pick
Oh,
they traded
yeah.
us. That would. Oh, fuck. Raptors getting hooked up by NBA. Shit's rigged. I don't believe that. I
I
don't
don't
think the
believe
NBA
that.
likes the Raptors that much, honestly. Magic dropped, but still 2 top 10. That sucks for the Magic. I could give a shit. I don't like the Magic, but that sucks for them. Raps. I hope the Raps get the first pick. I would love Cade to be out of the country. I don't want to play. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him anywhere near Texas
That's probably the best like spot for him to land.
or Pistons. I think the Pistons deserve it.
Wait,
like-
Bobby Marks just tweeted Chicago will now send Orlando a 2023 first round pick, protected top 4.
For what?
I guess because either Orlando or Chicago did not get top 4, maybe. If not conveyed in 2024, it'll turn into a 2026 and 2027 second round. Okay.
Wait.
Guys,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a draft guy. I know this. I'm the expert. I'm a draft
Oh yeah,
guy.
you're the draft guy. And Ty's the hoe, right?
Yep.
And I'm the angry one with the lark. No, I'm kidding.
I'm a motherfucking draft guy, so you guys need to listen and pay attention.
I'm paying attention. What do you got?
Nothing. I don't have anything right now.
Motherfucker, what? I thought you were a draft guy.
Yeah. We still gotta wait for the top 4. You know, but what really sucks about the top 4 is Cleveland has another top 4 fucking pick, which is fucking crazy, dude.
They're gonna waste it.
I mean, they're gonna waste it.
I'm telling you,
absolutely.
They're gonna draft fucking Mitchell like 4th overall.
If they took Tavion
But he
Mitchell.
was under top 5. I thought we just little reach. No. My thing is
You know
like,
what?
this may sound stupid and this may be an awful take, but I think Houston at 2nd overall, they might be better off trading down a bit, because I think that Mobley and Christian, they already have their center of the future. I don't think that they could pick Mobley as another big to put around him for defense, but like, it almost seems a little redundant. It's the same thing with Hawks, how they have Capella and Okongwu. They're the same fucking player.
I mean, that's not a bad thing though. Like when you're running them like together at the 4 and the 5, because Christian Wood can play the 4, and Mobley would be like your, your larger
All
5.
right, hear me out. Hear me out. Ready?
Yeah.
If Houston gets number 2 overall, they trade that pick for like Ben Simmons and Tybal, and like something else, something to match salaries.
I would send him DeMar for that 2nd pick.
I would send them DeMar, Lonnie in our 12th for that 2nd pick, and
Yeah, for
more.
sure.
I'd give them whatever they
100.
want outside of
100%, easily.
DeJounte and Derek.
Easily. I'm pro Ben Simmons in the right conditions. The 12th pick in this draft should not be in those conversations. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd kind of rather have the 12th pick than Ben Simmons.
All right, we are back.
To the NBA Draft Lottery.
No, I think Brett's saying that he wouldn't trade the 12th pick for Ben Simmons. I agree.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. No, I'd trade like a pick 2 or 3 years from now for Ben Simmons.
All right, so Spurs are at 12th. We were just catching up. But everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. We're having a lot of fun. We're gonna watch this wonderful Booker. I just saw Booker out there, so I was thinking we're gonna have Suns and Clippers after this tonight. We're just gonna talk about the upcoming draft now, and react to some good of playoff basketball. So, Swin Cash probably had the best face in terms of reaction
That's
for the
hilarious.
Pelicans. So,
she did have the best best reaction. So
Yeah.
pissed.
I would have
So who got Chicago's pick?
Orlando.
Orlando.
Orlando
think
did.
that's what-
Okay, because
I
it
think
was
that's
top
what
4
Bobby Marks
protected,
was
right?
saying.
The Cavaliers, the Raptors, they
Yeah.
are all still in the running for
Come
that
on,
number
Rockets
1
at 4.
overall pick.
I need the
So
Rockets
back
to
Mark
drop a
today.
shit on the
A lot of
timeline for
nervous
us.
folks wanting to know what's in those envelopes, Mark.
Dude, I think the Thunder are the big losers of this.
Thanks again, Rick.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's true.
The
Here we go.
4th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft presented by
Rockets.
State Farm goes to
Oh, that ad.
Oh, shit.
Well, they got a point guard now.
Yeah.
the
They need
3rd
Lowry.
pick goes to
Come on, Houston.
Oh,
Motherfucker!
no! Oh no!
No! They're gonna get either Cade or Mobley.
Second pick will be made by
Don't get
Rockets.
Mobley. Don't get.
Yes! They don't get Cade!
means that
Damn
the
it!
number
That gets
1
Mobley
pick
though.
in the
Who
2021
fucking
That's
cares?
fine,
They
dude.
I
don't
like
get
Mobley.
That's
Cade.
fine. I'd
True.
rather them have Mobley than
Cheers
Cheers
have
to
Cade.
Detroit. I'm sorry,
That means-
Mel.
that means
and
Cade is going
Raptors
to
fans. I'm
Detroit.
I'm
Behind
really
you.
sorry. I'm really sorry. I wanted the Raptors to get Cade.
Behind you.
Your team got a
Let's
Don't leave him
go.
hanging. Don't leave him hanging.
Cheers to Detroit. Cheers,
Way to
man.
go, Detroit. Getting Cade. Don't fuck this up, Detroit.
Have they ever had a first overall pick?
Blake.
Detroit, yeah. Or like like a number 1.
Yeah.
I would think so.
I'm looking right now.
Bro, they were talking
Blake
so
Griffin?
much shit about getting
No, that was the
Cade.
Clippers.
No. Blake Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm
you-
stupid.
no,
You
you're
can
right.
hear in the background all the Pistons people excited.
Dude, Cade and
Jones.
Sadiq Bey is gonna be fucking nasty.
And
Killian.
Yeah, but who-
On the Hall of Fame and
They're
on
center.
the
They're big.
number 1 overall pick. And for the rest
Who
of
is their
teams,
big?
here is the entire
He's a big,
draft
right?
lottery
From,
representation.
Denver.
Right up there at number 1, the
Oh,
Rockets in a fantastic
Graham.
position
Not
at
Grant.
number
Grant.
2. The
Yeah,
Cavaliers
Jeremy
continue
Grant,
to great
Sadiq
lottery
Bey,
luck.
Kate
They
Cunningham.
stood there at number 2.
Oh, they're gonna
All
be
the way up,
nasty.
you can see
So,
State Warriors, they will have
They
two
have
picks at
not
number
had a
7
first round
and
pick
number
from what I'm
14. So I
first
wanna
overall
bring
pick.
it
I
back
mean,
here to the
they had a
studio.
second.
Rich,
They had the number 2 overall with Darko
what are
Milicic.
the biggest takeaways from the team side with
All I
the
know
Spurs
is
going down? We can start with you,
They better not fuck this up.
Watch them pick Mobley. I don't
Exactly.
think they can.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they can't.
They can't. They can't do it.
Isaiah Thomas was the number 2 overall pick.
Somebody said Jalen Suggs isn't going to go to the Rockets.
That would be dumb as shit. No, actually,
Not bad. No, they
it's
need
not bad, but don't they have
They have John
Kevin
Wall.
Porter?
They have Kevin
put
Porter,
a,
John Wall.
put have
yeah.
a nice front court of those two.
I mean,
Welcome to
I would be
Houston.
so much happier if they took Suggs.
So I'm
But
gonna turn that off.
all right, let's discuss.
So
It's Kai Jones, number 1 for me at 12.
I gotta look at my draft board.
I only say that because I forgot his name.
Who?
Damn it.
Barnes?
Yeah, Scotty's going like 8th or 9th. But if he doesn't, he's number 1. He
think
should be consensus number 1 for picks 12 through 14
I think Scotty Barnes is
or 10 through 14.
in terms of looking the number 12 pick. Scotty Barnes is my number 1 on the board.
Yeah,
I think Jalen Johnson would have to be behind him though,
I like that.
because I think but Jalen Johnson's probably gonna go early. But if say the Spurs did trade up, that's not gonna be bad at all.
For me, it's Kai, simply because
I put Kai at 3rd though.
It's Kai, Scotty, Jalen. Like, I don't want to. This may sound stupid because we need depth. I don't want to pick a safe option. Like, Wagner will not be anything more than like a Joe Harris in his career. He just won't. I want someone who, like, we need. It was like Noah's podcast. They were saying we need a lottery ticket. We do. Because, like, if we pick Kai and he turns out to be like what? Maybe like a shit tier Capella, that's still not bad. It's not a wasted pick. He could just sit on the bench and like be a decent role player because you're not expecting anything more than like a decent player at 12 overall. But he has lottery ticket written on his forehead, especially because if you look at like he hasn't been playing that long, this, that. It's like his play curve. It's just like where he could go is nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, Kai Jones has probably one of the bigger upsides, but it's also the biggest like risk reward.
And see, it's not even that big. Like at this point, unless we pick like Mitchell or someone 12th, like if we pick Kai, if we pick, anyone, like we're not gonna have a bad player.
Yeah,
I just don't think
that's
we
true.
will. It's almost impossible at this point.
At 12, you can go a multitude of ways. I mean, you can even try to see if like one of those top 4s would be willing to pick swap with you. Like for example, like if you want to say like, hey, call up Cleveland and say, hey, give us the number 3 pick, and we'll give you DeMar and we'll pick swap with you.
Yes, Joey.
So
yeah,
what did
I
Joe
agree,
say?
man.
So we
He
trading this and someone on the roster for a higher pick? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we need. I
Give
think
him-
we
give
need
him
to get in the
DeMar.
top 6. And yeah, I think DeMar would be cool enough to sign and trade. I think he would be.
I mean, like let's say they give us like Colin Sexton, and and the number 3 pick, and we give him DeMar, Lonnie, and
Number 12.
and
I think
pick
they
swap
would do it.
in the 12th. Yeah.
Because they have shooting. They have everything besides, and same with New York. They have everything besides a DeMar player who can be DeMar would be like a top 5 second option in the league. He's just like a bottom 10 or 15 first option in the league. It's weird
Right.
how it works with him.
Right.
And he could
I
absolutely
is Giannis 2.0. Whoa, that's
a little
Oh, yeah.
much, but it's not bad.
Hey, I hope so, buddy. More like the
I
nasty.
know,
stuff.
especially if it comes to the Spurs. I definitely hope so. Which team needs a volume scorer with playmaking ability for shooters?
Spurs.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland bad. Like their volume scoring is weird because it's like Colin provides that, Sexland, they provide it. Like Sexland, that's the duo. But they seem to have some contention between them, like in the locker room. You see it a lot. And you see
You know what?
fans that they just don't like him for some reason. But I know DeJounte and Colin are apparently super tight. Like they're really good friends. They talk to each other all the time. You see them like always commenting on each other's stuff. So it's like I think that's a good locker room fit. And he just came off the season averaging like 24 or 26 a game.
You know what? One of my dream ones would probably be DeMar going to Golden State. I mean, because
for
pairing
Wiggins.
him up with Curry and Clay, and then getting Golden State. What they were like 5? I think they got 5 or 6.
Golden State got 14 and 7.
See, like, I mean, even trying to pull like doing the pick swap, get the 7 and the 14, and sending DeMar over there, and you give him the 12. I mean, shit.
The thing is, we would have to take on Wiggins' contract because they couldn't even sign DeMar with what money they have. They're like
Right.
hard to
Yeah.
cap.
You would have to take on either Wiggins or Draymond.
Yeah, so it would be
or somebody.
Yeah, it would be 7 and Wiggins or Draymond for
I'd be happily.
DeMar and 12.
I will happily take Draymond.
Oh yeah, we need someone like him. And
I would take if Golden State were to say, hey, look, give us DeMar, we'll give you the 17, 14, you give us the 12 and another pick or another player. Dude, I would fucking do that. I would do that. It gets DeMar to Cali.
Yeah.
So, he gets to go back home, and unfortunately he's going to be in the same conference, but at least you get the 2 firsts and probably like Draymond or Wiggins with it.
Joey has the right idea. So he says DeJounte literally can't be traded. He's the only one with connections in the league. Not only does he have connections in the league, he's like a unicorn for us. He has connections all over the league because of friendships, like, everywhere. He is the perfect like model of a Spurs player. He has probably a top 3, top 5 work ethic in the league, and his manager is Rich Paul. Like, you cannot trade him. I wouldn't trade him for Ben in a first. I wouldn't trade him for Ben in 2 firsts, probably. No, I wouldn't. But like,
if you get two first,
thoughts on Oubre? I want Oubre only because I think DeJounte is the one that's been talking about wanting him, because they always dap each other up. They're always talking, always jeering at each other in games and stuff and before games. I want whoever DeJounte wants, because I think DeJounte is an incredibly smart player and he knows what's good for the team. He knew that LaMarcus wasn't good for the team, and you could tell. He talks good about like DeMar as a person, but he always seems to deflect whenever they talk about DeMar, like what he's going to do in free agency, what he does as a player, this, that. He's just kind of like formally good as a teammate. But DeJounte in his body language and what he doesn't say speaks a lot about how smart he is as a player and what he knows about the composition of the team and where it should go. And yeah, DeJounte will be heavily recruiting, I think. We saw that. Isn't there? No. Okay, that's with Zach LaVine. There was a picture a while back with DeJounte and Zach LaVine working out, because they're good friends also. So.
Oh shit, that's right. Golden State has Oubre.
Someone, Joey mentioned DJ and LaVine.
Huh?
Yeah, like Jake said,
DJ and LaVine
has
Oubre.
Sorry. Let me see what the.
Well, I think I don't think they'll match him the offer.
Agent?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Yeah, he's unrestricted.
Because he'll be looking at like 18 to 22 million a year probably, and we can give it to him.
I mean, yeah, sign and trade, and then switch them both out.
Well, I don't think it's Yeah, we can do that.
Oubre's a free agent after this. It doesn't say that he's
sign and trade Oubre and 7 for DeMar and 14, or DeMar and 12, and even like we could throw a second in, because our seconds don't usually pan out they pan out at a higher rate than the league average, but it's still like it's a second round pick.
Yeah. Or I know that they're not going to trade away Draymond, but Draymond would be the perfect person to take over.
I've said this so many times. Last season, I think we might got Draymond if Klay didn't get hurt.
Oh, for sure. I think that was happening. And like even Woj was talking about how like that derailed some stuff, and I think he was talking about because the Spurs
derailed almost. So I want to say at least half the teams in the lottery were in there was some sort of report about them wanting to trade. Like there are trades galore going on before the draft, and then suddenly Klay goes, and then there was a little to no change in the at least in the draft order in terms of the lottery.
Yeah, I have a weird question. Would y'all trade? This may be too big of a trade because trades don't usually happen like this. But would you trade Oubre and number 7 sign and trade for DeMar, number 12 Lonnie, and like a 2023 first? So sorry for Oubre and Wiseman and 7. So Oubre, Wiseman, and 7 for our 2 picks, DeMar and Lonnie. I think I would. Because we need a starting big. Like I feel like Jakob is a perfect placeholder starter.
But we need a 4 though. We at least need a 4.
Yeah, but we'd be drafting a 4, right? Scotty or Kuminga.
Oh yeah, if we trade up that far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we get 7,
yeah.
we'd be drafting a starting 4.
Yeah.
Because if Devin didn't play a single second in the G League, Kuminga or Scotty sure as shit ain't playing a second in the G League.
I mean, Kuminga already played in the G League, so
Well, you know what I mean. Like, yeah, like with the Austin Spurs.
yeah, with the Austin Spurs, yeah.
Although, I forgot. Yeah, Noah's podcast made me look a little bit more into Kuminga's like shooting percentages, and they worry me. But I think he'll be fine.
He's got a lot of upside, especially like with his shooting performance. I know
Yeah.
he was a poor 3-point shooter, but
And
he's
free
done a lot
throw.
better.
Like free throw, he was under 50 or he was under 60%, I think. But the thing is like he just jumped into going against G League and NBA level talent. So
Yeah.
like him doing that, it's still impressive. And his true shooting, I think they said was 48. That's fine. I think that Pop and Chip and everyone could change that. We still have the far and away the best development staff in the league. I don't think anyone comes close at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can even like scratch our ass like at
Maybe the
gap it
Nuggies. I mean, the Nuggies have a pretty good development team. They're doing pretty good. Maybe the Suns too. I mean, James Jones has done a really good job with building the culture and development there. So
My thing is like with the Suns is I don't think they developed like their stars. Besides, they developed Devin, and I wouldn't call Bridges a star, but they didn't draft him, right?
they drafted Bridges, and then they
McCall
also
Bridges?
drafted Ayton.
They drafted McCall Bridges.
They traded for him draft night.
That's drafted.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
So
They
they
traded
traded
it-
from draft night.
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
fun. It was funny because
It was the two Bridges.
Mikal Bridges is like a Philadelphia native, and he got drafted by Philadelphia, and then later that night
Oh,
he gets
yeah.
traded to Phoenix for I want to say who was it?
Even though I agree that they should be in the top 3, counterpoint or top 5, top 3, counterpoint to that. Think about how good Ayton would be right now if he developed with the Spurs instead of the Suns.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That's basically it. Like, Ayton would be basically Timmy 2.0. Like
He'd be
he
putting
has
up
the physical
25 and
tools
16
to
a
be
night.
Timmy 2.0.
Yeah.
So the Suns traded away Zaire Smith.
Did
For-
that dude like flame out of the league?
If we kind of
A
add it
little
all
bit.
up,
Sorry, I was playing a video from Dark. Let's see where Zaire Smith is doing. I assume he's still in the league. It's a little too.
He's in China right now.
Yeah, but he ain't McCall
Kidding.
Bridges though.
He is.
Yeah.
He is in the G League.
Yeah,
He's,
so like
he's not exactly in
a
China,
step
but
above China.
he's from Garland. Not that far from here. Yeah, but he is currently playing with the Memphis Hustle.
The plan for presumptive
Woj-
number 1 overall
Woj
pick.
just
yeah.
tweeted the plan for presumptive number 1 overall pick Kate Cunningham will be to visit only one team prior to the NBA draft on July 29th, the Detroit Pistons.
That reminds me of like this is like the Trevor Lawrence draft except the NBA. Like Trevor is Cade.
Yeah.
I still have a weird feeling that like, or I have a weird worry that
Joey.
I don't know, man.
Jalen Rose apparently said Zaire Smith was the next Kawhi.
Oh fuck! Was that
Yeah, not
actually
playing in
said
the playoffs right
by
now.
Jalen Rose?
You're right.
Oof.
Different reasons, but
Well, Zaire Smith's not even on that team.
Oof.
he went to Tech. If
Honestly, I have a
remember
feeling
correctly.
Keldon might be coming off the bench this next season. I think Keldon
Keldon's
gets.
gonna start.
I think Keldon starts, but not at the 3 instead.
Oh yeah, he's starting at the 3. He
So-
can't do the 4.
So you have a starting unit, at least a starting 3, starting 4 of Jakob, Keldon, Derek, and DeJounte.
Imagine playing in dude. Imagine playing in like 3 out of 4 of the top picking teams. Like all of them besides Toronto are dog shit cities. So like yeah, I wouldn't want to play in like Ohio or Detroit or Houston. Like no,
Houston's
It
way
sucks
too
for
fucking
them.
humid.
Houston sucks.
That's why San Antonio's the best.
San Antonio's the best.
And I give Dallas-Fort Worth the second place vote, with Austin in third. Dallas-Fort Worth just has so much stuff. It's just a whole metroplex has so much stuff to do. That's why I say it.
Yeah, the people in Austin suck really bad half the time. I mean, like, and I've had limited exposure, just like helping my sister move in, going down there for a wedding and stuff. People there are like fucking mean. Like, they just don't care, and you can tell. This is cliche, but you can tell who's from California, and it's like they'll let you know. They have like a fucking avocado tattoo on their cheek, like avocado toast. They're like, "Oh, don't step in front of me, sir."
They all have like the bear tattoo from the California flag.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm from California.
Ah, I drive I drive a 4Runner or a Wrangler. I want both of those cars, but I put street tires on my Jeep Wrangler. I have street
DeJounte.
tires on my Gladiator. Oh, did DeJounte tweet? I can't see it, so.
No. I was saying DeJounte, Derek, Keldon, and who are the other 2 starters opening night?
Jakob and whoever
probably
we
Jakob.
draft, because we're drafting a 4.
Whoever we draft or possibly free agent. It depends on who we draft.
Actually, it could be Kai starting.
Could
Hot
be.
take?
Kai is athletic enough to run the 4.
No, the 5.
Oh, I don't know if Kai would take over.
Yeah, no, I think Kai comes off the bench if that's the case.
I think Kai could take over that starting spot halfway through the year.
It just depends on how this offseason goes. If say that the Spurs do hit a home run with John Collins, he's starting at the 4. Or
Yeah,
say that you draft someone for the 4 that's maybe a little undersized, or get like a Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
Or if you really kind of strike out, you got Luka.
Yeah.
They just throw a dart with Luka out there and see how he does.
Dude,
Luka might end up being the starter next year, if not for sure year 3 for Luka.
Yeah.
He's in the rotation next season. I think there's no doubt about that.
I think so too.
There's no
Especially
doubt
with
about
Rudy
that.
probably gone. He's gonna eat. Him and Devin are gonna share Rudy's minutes.
It's these next 2 seasons for Luka are going to be the make or break seasons. That's it's he. We all hope that he makes it because we think he has a skill set for it. He has the potential to do it, but
He's bulked up.
He's bulked up.
Big.
Big body now.
I totally forget we have Luka. It's like,
Dude, I forget that we have Trey Jones a lot of the time.
actually, Cade and Ben are very similar in height. Like, I think they have Cade at 6'7", and Ben is literally like 6'8", 6'9".
I thought Ben was like 6'10" or 11.
Croatia
Is
does
he?
not play Team USA. They are playing qualifiers in
That's right.
EuroLeague, in the Euro division though. I believe they start
Ben
next
Simmons
week.
is 6'11".
Fuck me.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
that's
he's
why
he's
I
way bigger
want
than I
him.
thought.
I want him.
Why the fuck is he not playing power
You're
forward?
the girlfriend that thinks that she can fix that guy.
I think that when we trade for him, he's going to be our power forward.
I don't know, man. Isn't there something that said that he was apprehensive to switching to the power forward spot, like playing nothing but?
Yes, Nick.
Point
Ben is a
guard.
W. Thank you, Joey. My thing is like, I don't think like if you were listen to me, I don't care who you are. If you're traded to the Spurs and you know anything about basketball, you're probably going to buy into what they're saying.
True.
I think so. I don't think anyone is that dense. I don't think anyone is that dense. I don't see it. But
The problem. Sorry, just really quickly, I'm just gonna hit what Joey said. The problem is he not only had one bad series. He's had. I mean, they can't make it out of the second round, or the second round because he's had.
And the one
he's
time,
just
sorry, go ahead.
not very good. I mean, he hasn't been very good in those series.
And the one time they made it to the conference finals was when they had Jimmy Butler and he had and Ben Simmons had more of a secondary role in terms of ball handling.
Yeah.
So I think Ben Simmons is it's kind of like DeMar in terms of the issue of he's not a first option.
Oh, I don't think Ben would be our first option at all. I think he would be second. But my I have a huge.
Oh, they didn't? I'm dumb then. Sorry.
I have a huge
Yeah, they lost in the second round.
stipulation about trading for Ben Simmons. Us trading for Ben Simmons would only come after an extensive talk with the Spurs front office and like him at least verbally committing to whatever plan that they would have in place for
Oh,
him.
what is the Bucks? I'm a dumbass.
I think that like if that doesn't happen, if they don't get verbal confirmation, it won't happen. I'm saying like if Pop and them trade for him, then they're sure about something. And what?
Well,
Sorry, there.
Also, the problem is like okay, like what Joey said, like plus DJ and Keldon can get more shots. The problem is all 3 of those guys rely heavily on the inside shot. Like Ben can't even shoot beyond the paint. Like so, and DJ while he's making bigger strides at it, shooting the 3, he's not like the knockdown shooter that you need. Same thing with Keldon. Like yeah, he's a occasional good 3-point shooter, but it's not consistent. So you're not going to stretch the floor, and all teams have to do is just clog that paint, that interior, and you're kind of fucked. So that's why if Ben does come to San Antonio, you're going to have to lose either DeJounte or Keldon.
So someone in the Luca train chats, we got the 12th pick. Bowen wore number 12. Bowen said Pop would trade for Simmons. Oh shit.
Yeah, honestly, like Derek Keldon and DeJounte can get better. That's absolutely true, or that's absolutely right. They can. A lot of people are saying that Derek cannot because he's old
26.
already, relatively speaking. But
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously he can. All of those guys can. But the problem is their game still relies heavily upon the inside game, and I don't think they're going to make this huge jump in their 3-point shots. Like I don't think they're going to extend their range
I
to
think
where
Lonzo will.
they're knockdown shooters from afar. I mean, they'll probably increase it like 1 or 2%, which is great, or 3%, but them being like a 38 percent shooter from 3 or from 15 feet out, like that's not saying that it's not possible, but it's just a tall order to ask.
I will say a counter to that for Keldon and for Devin, especially their shooting, especially Keldon, is that he hasn't had like a full off season
Yeah,
with the team.
I agree with that.
I think we're going to see him go up about 4 percentage points, 3 or 4 on the 3. And I think we're going to see Devin make a huge jump because he had like half of a COVID offseason to get with the team. I think that's why we didn't see him play more.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody, and that was the biggest reason for the past like 1 or 2 years, is like they just haven't had an off season to to really practice and train and kind of get the chemistry going. So this year should be that their litmus test of how things are going to work, because like they'll all get like the off season to train together and to practice on what they need to practice on.
Yeah, and not only that, I think I have like another little, not prediction, but like I have an idea in my head that I'm not sure that Pop and them may not do a damn thing except maybe move up a tiny bit in the draft, because they want to see how all of our young guys play without their safety blanket, DeMar, because he's been their safety blanket. And that's been bad for them. Like, it's won us a couple games. DeMar being our safety blanket has gotten us worse draft picks, not making the playoffs. Well, like 1 year, but LaMarcus carried us to that playoff run, basically, with DeMar. But after that 1 year, DeMar has been our safety blankets, and it's done 2 awful things for us. Stunted our guys' growth and gotten us worse draft picks. Like, that's it. I mean, we've had like good games. He's played. He's leveled up as a player. That may be the one good thing that's come out of it, right? Because I think he's boosted his draft stock or his trade stock, because he's like playing the best basketball he's ever played.
Yeah, 100% for sure.
Sorry, I was in the middle of fixing our stream to get rid of the lottery stuff and put the game score on our stream.
Nice.
So currently, Lakers out to
Keldon is the
Clippers.
closest
Clippers.
untouchable.
Clippers.
No, I think DeJounte is actually untouchable.
I mean, unless there's a undeniable trade package for a really top scorer talent that's not named Ben Simmons, then maybe.
Oh, $48.9 million updated cap space for the Spurs. That's good, because we were projected like 42 after like, I don't know what it was. Was that all ball?
That looked all ball.
It was all ball.
Oh, Ben kind of pushed off behind him.
Who's Ben?
Sorry. They both dated what?
Kardashians.
Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall Jenner.
Or is it Kendall or Kendall?
It was Kendall.
The skinny one.
We figured this out last time.
One of the fucking Kardashian sisters.
We figured this out last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also one of my reasons not to trade for Ben Simmons. I just can't trust the Kardashian curse.
Space. I think we're gonna throw money at the wall for John Collins, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna sign a few players to a 1-year deal, see what our young guys do, and then go hard next offseason, because you should see the free agent list next offseason, dude. You should fucking see it. It is it is a work of art.
They're not going to give a max to this guy, but maybe they give a little bit, maybe 15.
Atlanta's gonna sign him.
No, not to Collins, to Duncan Robinson.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hunter.
Yeah, and he's not until free agent until the next offseason.
Oh, okay. I don't think Pop is a big fan of Robinson.
No, he's not. He has one more year. He's he's extension eligible for Hunter next offseason.
Who, Duncan?
No, the one that you were just talking about, DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, no,
Hunter.
But like back to Robinson, I wouldn't want to sign Robinson for more than like a 1-year deal. Because like if we're not going to make a big, my train of thought is if we're not trading for someone huge and we're not getting John Collins this season, I don't want to sign anybody because I want to protect this
detrimental contract.
Like y'all, Ty, can you pull up on the screen next year's free agent list?
Yeah, I got you.
Y'all need to see what it looks like.
I'm gonna take a piss real quick, so I don't know if you can. I don't know if you want me to put like a
I got you.
thing or whatever, but I'll be back.
Wait, that was the wrong feed. There we go.
Yep, Spurs are behind New York by only 2.4 million for first overall in cap space. We're 11.4 million ahead of third place. What if the Mavericks take a swing and like try to max out Collins? Oh, they can't. No, because they have to put Luka on the Supermax.
Yeah, and that's another reason that I don't see the Hawks.
They're not. They're fucking not.
They can't match a max because they still have to max out Trey.
They have to max out Trey. They're gonna have to sign. They're gonna have to decide what they want to do with Okongwu in like a year or two, like 2 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Like they have people they have to sign, and they're gonna have to give Trey like every penny that possible. Okay, yeah. Scroll up now. Do it only by player options and unrestricted.
Zoom in for you.
Okay, so anyone orange.
You got to figure out how to.
All types.
Unrestricted.
Look at unrestricted first.
All right, update.
So we've got Steph, Chris, Kawhi, Julius Randle, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, Terry Rozier. Like that's just the straight up unrestricted. Although I think Zach LaVine might be. Well, I don't know if Zach LaVine signs another contract with them or signs a contract with them. I don't think
unless they throw the book at him.
I don't think they'd even throw the book at him. Like the checkbook.
Go to your microphone.
Like the checkbook.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I think he's fucking sick and tired of losing in Chicago.
So don't go for Aaron Gordon. He was a non-factor in that series.
He was terrible.
Unless you're signing for pretty cheap. Julius Randle, though.
Rudy Gay? No.
Julius Randle would be a interesting one to go after, especially if you still have questions at your power forward position.
Iguodala.
How old is he going to be?
12 for DeAndre Hunter.
He's going to be 40 by then.
No. Who? Iguodala?
Andre Iguodala.
I'm kidding. It was Valanciunas. Oh, let's give Patrick Beverly the max, dude. Marcus Smart. Nah, that's kind of redundant.
Winslow might be a pretty good way to go.
Nurkic is gonna sign and trade or like just go somewhere else. I don't know. Rocco, no. Try unrestricted or try restricted free agents now. Someone who we could throw the book at. Marvin Bagley, DeAndre Ayton, Luka, Jaren, Trey, Mobamba. I think Mobamba's gonna fizzle out of the league.
So these are all restricted though. So it's
Kevin Knox,
Sexton,
Bridges, Shea.
We have a point guard already. I'm not worried about that. Jaren Jackson's going to prove himself. Mikal Bridges is going to get money. I don't care. He's going to get money this offseason.
Oh, yeah. I think Michael Porter's going to get overpaid and then have injury problems the rest of his career.
Sounds about right.
Let's get Facundo.
Lonnie Walker. But I think
we're going to sign him.
There's two ways that Lonnie can go. So I'm going to actually scroll so you guys can see Lonnie. There's two ways that the Lonnie situation is going to go, and Mac is back. Hello, Macintosh.
What up? Okay, what's going on?
We're looking at
talking free agents.
Restricted free agents. Unrestricted free agents included Kawhi, Chris, Paul, Steph, and a few others. Restricted include I want Marvin Bagley, honestly, but that's beside the point. Ayton, Doncic, Trey.
He might be cheap too because of his injuries.
Yeah, and his overall non-progression.
Yeah.
All right, so anything green on the screen is going to be player team option, I believe. Or I think that's player option, my bad.
Bradley Beal, dude, next year is loaded.
I'm curious to see what happens to Julius Randle.
I think he's a Knickerbocker for life.
You think so?
I think, well, actually, no. I mean, they shit on him this last offseason, so I think it depends on what they do next year. I don't think he's going to sign another contract, or he's not going to sign a contract with them, I don't think. I think he's going to see how it plays out, because if he shits the bed one more year for them, or if he ruins a playoff run like next year for them, they're not gonna like the Knicks fans will try and
Eat 'em
like
alive.
drop the Empire State Building on him. Yeah, they'll eat him alive.
12 for DeAndre Hunter straight up.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Like it wouldn't be like
Horrible.
I'm not a
but-
fan of it. I wouldn't do it, but if we did it, I wouldn't like have a piss baby fit about it, but
right.
Sorry, I'm just putting out the stream link again.
The only problem with that like free agency list, all those guys are gonna be like, or Stephen Curry, he's
What?
gonna be like in his mid-30s.
yeah.
Chris Paul, late 30s.
Danny Sanders had a funny tweet.
What do you say?
Let me pull it up.
I know he responded to the
No.
Rockets asking
not
for gifts.
Danny Sanchez. Where is it?
You missing
There
out?
it is. There it is. His tweet says, "I'm blaming Spurs Twitter for not moving up. You all lacked faith. You didn't enter the season fasting and praying, and I know you all have some secret sin that is blocking our blessing." Truth.
I didn't light my candle, guys. I'm sorry. It's all on me.
This Fiesta feels like we ordered.
Do y'all
it from
really
Wish
think?
on
Jacob
Fast.
Snake asked, "Do y'all really think Lamb matches Collins if they get the max from us?" I've seen a bunch of Hawks fans say they don't want to give him max money. No, they don't. They're not gonna have the money to do that.
They're not going to. And
What do
like
they have on the books?
Well, they're about to. They still don't have. So they have about.
they have Gallinari still, and that's a
Yeah.
fat contract.
They have about. I want to say, how much room they had. They had a decent amount of room, but once you add on a max contract for Trae Young,
Oh, it's probably gonna be a super max, so it's even more.
additional money for say DeAndre Hunter, they're going to be pretty maxed out in terms of cap. They're not going to have a lot of money to sign Collins to a 28 million per year contract. They just can't do that.
And that's the thing with
mean-
Collins, right? Go ahead.
I was gonna say all they need to do is just move Gallinari's, which I'm pretty sure they would rather take Collins over Gallinari, right? Or is that
I don't.
It
I
depends.
don't
Gallinari's
know.
been solid
Hey.
though.
My thing is like if you look at how they're using Collins super effectively. They're using him perfectly for this playoff run. But they're not using him like even a 20 million a year player is the thing. They're using him like a fourth option, low usage, kind of like lob threatish, shoot here and there, kind of like a little bit of team defense. Like he's just kind of everywhere, but they're not you know what I mean. Brett, what's the Super X number for Luka and Trae? I thought it like for Luka, I thought it was like 4-year, 205 million or something like that.
I'm looking up right now.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was around 48 to 52 million a year for Luka is what it ends up being.
It's $200 million extension.
4-year, 2 million, 200 million,
5 years.
5. Oh, I thought it was higher.
Well, it's also because he's only been in the league for like 4 years.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but he's Superman. I mean, isn't because he's also been an All-Star or an All-NBA player? Like, he
Yeah,
gets,
it's
like this
that.
super Superman.
Yeah, it's more money than anyone else can get, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Trae can get the same, right?
Wait, hold on. Never mind. I messed up. It's $201 million.
Oh shit!
Fuck, Ty, come on, get your shit straight.
Would you trade up the Golden State Warriors pick in exchange for taking a bad? Yeah, fuck yeah. Are you
Fuck
kidding
yeah.
me?
I would, especially because you can eat that money at least for next year. Like,
So FYI, it's,
if Golden State is willing to say we'll give you 7 and 14 for DeMar and another guy like Lonnie or
Yeah.
Trey or whatever.
KBD, baby.
Jay Diggy, yes,
yeah.
we are taking Wiggins' contract if it gets a 7 overall because Wiggins played
7 and 14.
played good.
He had a redemption season this year.
Yeah, especially like he played really well. And like I have kind
Oh,
of
no,
a
we're
question
not
about
taking
how
that
it goes.
Wiggins contract. No, we should take that Wiggins contract for 7.
Yeah, can you tender like a second offer if your first offer gets matched?
No.
You can't?
No.
Okay, so yeah, you have to come to the table with the max.
Yeah, you have to.
The one at 7
Ooh!
is impactful.
Was that
You
Aiden?
got like you
Yeah.
got Kuminga, you got Garuba, you got
have
Scotty
Scotty
Barnes, you got even like Kai Jones is gonna be there for sure. Like
No one at
that,
7.
that's 7.
Jalen Johnson.
There's a huge disparity between 7 and 12. Like
There's
you can get a really, really good player at 7.
Like,
you
you-
can still get a pretty good player at 12.
Like, it's
but
hard to
a
fuck.
really,
It's hard
really
to
good player at 7.
it's hard to fuck up at 7 in terms of
Yeah.
wings and bigs. It's hard to fuck
Yeah.
up. That was a
There's
great
so many
lob.
options. So many options at 7.
I would have Aiden in a fucking heartbeat.
To put
I do agree.
Yeah.
I do agree that Wiggins, had Stephen Curry, to help him out. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to that.
Don't make him
But
your
at the
first
same
option.
time, Wiggins isn't the first option coming into Spurs either. Like
Yeah.
like he was in Minnesota. In Minnesota, he was the one. Him and Karl Anthony Towns were the one, and that's why he's not supposed to be the number one. He's kind of like DeMar,
that
where
was
you
an
don't want
offensive
him to be
foul.
the number one
Also,
guy.
the best thing about Andrew Wiggins, his contract is only 2 years.
Yeah, and another good thing about Andrew Wiggins is he's had a defensive awakening.
Yes.
He has been so good. Like he was really I don't think he made an all-NBA defensive team,
No.
but he was close. Like if I remember correctly, he actually had a couple votes. He was good on defense this year. And he could shoot the 3, he could finish, he could like he's like what we wanted DeMar to be this year basically. He's DeMar that can also shoot a 3 and defend. And there are some people that want to give DeMar like the $32 million that he might get from another team. So like I think the Wiggins deal, if it could get a 7, like even if it's 7-14, but even if it's just 7, it's a bargain.
Wiggins got
I would do it.
Wiggins got a second team vote this year.
Got a second team vote. Yeah.
I would trade DeMar for Wiggins in the 7 easily.
Yeah.
Like, just to move
That's a
up to
great-
that.
that's a great
I would take
trade.
that all day.
It depends on
Didn't
how much
John
money
and
that.
DeJounte get in a fight. They
Not
got
to
in a
mention
scrap.
Wiggins is a bigger guy. He's like the same size as
6'8"?
as Kawhi, I think, like 6'7", isn't he?
Yeah.
6'7", 6'8".
6'7".
Yeah.
So he can play that 3 and 4 position. So like you don't even have to chase another free agent down. You save that money, or maybe you find a shooter that's a little bit less than another max. Give him 12, 15, whatever, and you can save some of that money towards the cap for 2022. And you pay your rookie, your first round pick, you get that 7. You get Scotty Barnes, Kuminga, Garuba, man.
Yeah.
Oof,
He split
I
it.
would do it. I
Wiggins
would do it so fast.
Wiggins split his time between both forward positions, like almost down the middle.
Yeah. John and DeJounte, they got into a scrap. I think it was a game that we were taking a dump on their chest. So
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
were having like one of the best games of the season.
we were up
against
like
that team.
40 at halftime or something. It was crazy.
And then we almost blew it with the reserves.
Yeah, well,
So
like
pick swap
blew
them
it. It was
7th
like
and 12th along with swapping.
14.
I would do that. Yeah, Brett, that's exactly what I would do. Fucking, you don't even need to go after their 14th. Just
Yeah.
pick swap them 7th and 12th and DeMar Wiggins.
And if it helps, I would lube it up with a second round pick too. Just give him one, just for the hell of it.
I mean, it makes plenty of sense. Like it gets DeMar to California. He's back home. He doesn't have to be the go-to guy. He has plenty of people that he can fucking kick out to and shoot threes that are super reliable. It gives the Spurs like a little bit more depth at the 3 and the 4 position.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to the 7th and you get, a very, very, very good high pick 7. And I would target like Scotty Barnes. I would target Kai Jones. Not even Kai Jones. Kai Jones would be down the lower list. But like Kuminga or Garuba, there's so much you can do at 7.
Garuba has been
And Green, right? Would
Yes.
Green be
And
there at
Green.
7?
Yeah.
and Jalen
Or
Johnson,
Johnson.
too.
Yeah,
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson if he's still there.
You can tell that everyone is using the trade machine because the website's not working.
Oh,
Go to tradenba.com or go to Trade NBA. The dude's from San Antonio. You should be on Trade NBA, not
I know that's why
ESPN.
I'm not using ESPN. I'm trying to use theirs.
the perfect.
Oh, okay, good.
So the perfect thing about if we were to trade for Wiggins is that this would also appease the Gremlins,
Oh
because
shit!
he is what a lot of people like about DeMar. Except he's a better defender. He can shoot the 3, and he doesn't come with the team leading usage. So it gives
Holy
our guys
shit.
the ability to grow while also having the same scoring output, except has a little more depth to his game overall. He's just a
Dude.
bit streakier than.
I did not know that. Josh just came in and said like Bob Myers isn't committed to keeping both the 7th and 14th pick.
Oh
my God.
So
Brian Wright, get on that fucking shit right now, my boy. Get on that shit. Call him up. What's up, Bob? What's going
No,
on?
I need fucking Dell to call. Like, I will give you
fucking Michael Dell.
I
Get
will give
Michael
you
Dell to call.
cash
sake of our
considerations.
company. You talk about cash considerations with Dell? Jeez! Like, that's a lot of money.
Get that fucking bag, dog.
Josh,
Get
my
that-
bot, my guy.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you, Josh, for that groundbreaking news, because that's fucking huge. That's fucking huge. Just draft up the contract right now. Draft up the trade. Just have it ready to go. No, actually, we've seen it happen. Who is it that traded their pick? Was it Cleveland that was in a pick that?
Bulls.
No, Kemba. It was Kemba going. It was Kemba and Al Horford. Kemba going to OKC. Just make it happen already.
Oh,
people
hey.
are fucking trading out here.
And do you want to hear another wrinkle in it? Pop and Kerr are about to be at the Olympics together for a while, coaching with each other. It's so good.
Guys, so you guys are going to get us reported.
They're good friends too. Like people say, "Oh, why would a team help out?"
By the way,
yeah, why would a team help out the Spurs? You're right for most of them, but I think that Kerr would legitimately like
Throw some
lubricate
bone,
the
dog.
conversation, like help out Pop because they are tight as shit. And Pop helped Kerr win his first ring. Remember that?
They fucking scissor. They're
Yeah.
loving a scissor. Oh my god, dude. There's so much to it that's gonna work.
There's so many wrinkles.
This has gotta fucking happen. This has gotta fucking happen. Josh, you just gave me like a massive chub, bro.
Josh, we need to have you on the podcast at one point. Hit me up on that.
Yeah. You need to be on my. I need to record an inaugural episode.
It's scissor.
I'll be right back.
How bad did Orlando and
are-
OKC get
we-
screwed? They got fucked up.
OKC,
Poor
OKC,
Orlando.
OKC is the loser of this draft.
Absolutely. I mean, with as many as first round picks that they have, yeah.
They
for
had a
sure.
top four. They had a chance at top four when they dropped down to 6.
Just less scissoring talk on my episode, maybe.
Don't worry, I'm going to not allow that. I'm surprised that we're still streaming at the moment.
No. Scissoring timbers.
Fuck. I was taking a drink there. Fuck. But by the way, guys, thank you for tuning in with us. We are glad to have you. We're having a fun time here on At the Lines live stream on my personal Twitch. I barely use it.
Wow.
I hate that. I forgot about the soundboard. I haven't been using this at all.
Dude, I know you didn't use anything, like especially the Michael Scott. No.
Hold on.
Oh my-
No, God! No, God,
Yeah,
please,
that would have
no!
been perfect at
no!
12, dude. Or when the
No!
Rockets got announced the top 4, that would have been perfect.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
The bathroom door handle.
Anyways,
that's not
this
good.
Golden State talk, this Golden State, Bob Myers not wanting the 7th and the 14th, it needs to happen. Like it's the perfect
What I missed?
it's the perfect storm for the Spurs. Like everything can go perfectly for the Spurs. If it
All right.
happens.
So what you did miss, Nick, is me using the soundboard.
Yeah.
If any of you go aggro or choose violence, I got this sound effect for you.
Sweet.
Where'd you get
Aiden
angry?
just pulled up with a
don't
MIDI.
know.
By the way, if y'all didn't know,
Abs-
DeAndre Ayton is my second favorite, or is my favorite non-Spur in the league. Just so y'all know.
All right, from Brett, Cavs expected to be aggressive in exploring trades involving number 3 overall draft pick. I can see that happening. I mean, I would love to move up to the number 3 spot, but I don't know if DeMar's going to be like super psyched about that.
No,
Like going to Ohio.
I don't think
versus
I don't think a sign trade is
fucking-
possible with DeMar if that's going to Cleveland. It has to be
Right.
it would have to be a 3-team type deal.
I don't
Where-
even think you worry about trading DeMar for that number 3. I think you throw 12, a future first, and like one of our better young guys, like Keldon or someone, for that 3 overall.
Yeah, I could see that happening. That would
Because
be good.
dude, you're getting one of the Jalen's with that, and either of them can be can be cusp, like borderline franchise guys. Both of those guys will probably end up at least a one-time All-Star. And Vassell in 12. Yeah, I like Vassell in 12. I don't know if that would get you there. Maybe Vassell 12 and then like a 2023 first or like a second.
Well, if you plan to target like one of the Jalen's, like Jalen Suggs or Green at number 3, like you're gonna have to get rid of DeJounte, Derek or Lonnie, like, because that's whose minutes they're gonna eat into.
Yeah,
So
I would get rid of
Lonnie.
Yeah,
I mean, while I would want to keep
wait.
him. You would think that maybe Lonnie, Derek, or
it'd have to be
DeJounte would
Derek.
have to go. Do not touch Vassell.
I think it would have to be Derek.
I would probably trade Derek out
Because
of all of them.
You have a conundrum, right? you can bench Lonnie. You cannot have Derek be a 6-man at the skill level he's at.
Especially how far he's come now.
Yeah, and you could not have Jalen Green be like a bench. Like, you need to have him hit the ground running and play and develop like that. You basically have to start him like within the first month for the rest of his career. Otherwise, their growth gets stunted. Their confidence gets kind of lowered.
One thing I'm actually kind of happy that we didn't land like a 3rd or 4th pick.
I don't think they're going to trade Christian Wood. I think the Mobley Christian Wood dynamic is going to work for the Rockets. It's going to be really nice.
So I was going to say, like, I'm glad we didn't get like a 3rd or 4th pick where Mobley was possibly not on the board, was just for the fact that there would be a huge conundrum in terms of guard play, and you would have to trade someone, of course, but you just don't know. That conundrum would be so damn toxic for Spurs Twitter.
I think it'd be worth it to have the third overall pick.
If Derek White were to be traded for that number 3, I would be so fucking sad. But at the same time, I would be like, I understand.
You get it.
I would do it, like, to put it in perspective on how like important it would be to get that 3rd pick. I'm wearing a Derek White shirt. I've been saying for the past year that he's the best player on our team. I've been pushing agenda after agenda that Derek White is like this demigod, and I would trade him for 3rd. Like, I would just do it. Like, there's not much to it.
I would be so upset because especially my Fiesta jersey is a Derek White Fiesta jersey, so I'd be like, fuck.
And y'all got to realize he is, like, for his skill level, he is on probably like skill to payment ratio. He's on one of the most tradable contracts in the league, and he just started it.
Absolutely.
Like, his contract is insane. Like, it's insane value for like any team.
Derek White is all around like amazing.
DeJounte's my only untouchable guy. I don't care who else gets traded. DeJounte's my only untouchable guy, just because, like,
I'm sure DeJounte's value went up though, especially after the season though.
Oh yeah, he had a good season.
Just saying.
He progressed shooting, finishing, playmaking, everything.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, no, all around this year was like his breakout season. Like, he was amazing.
Yeah, and I think it'll carry over to next season. I think we'll see even more of him. What's the best
we can get in DeMar sign and trade?
7 and Wiggins.
That's probably
the best we can get, unless like the Cavs, like, unless if DeMar would accept going to Ohio, that's the best we could get is 3 and like Kevin Love if they need to trade his contract. I don't know what they're doing with Kevin Love's contract. I don't know how long it has, but if they're still trying to get rid of that tall bum,
I feel like there's not that much left on it.
But even if there's 2 years on it, like, I don't know. Actually, this may be his last year. It is, because he would have been a rental. It would have been a rental plus 1 year. I don't know.
Like, honestly, I think, like Nick said earlier in the stream, I think DeMar did himself a lot of good by still doing well on the Spurs team, because it showed that he has that ability to be a better playmaker and a better passer, which was kind of like something he was lacking, not necessarily lacking, but he just didn't show it a lot in Toronto. And coming here to the Spurs, he showed that he can pass and he makes great kickouts, and so put him on a team that has really good shooters, and he's gonna go to work. Like, he's gonna put up some good stats, and that's why I'm saying I think Golden State would be a perfect place for him to be, because he doesn't have to worry about about the big moments or about being like solely the guy, the go-to guy at the end of the game. Like, and Golden State probably has the best shooters in the entire league. Like, you can't argue when Klay comes back and you have Stephen Curry. Like, you cannot argue there's any backcourt that's better than that. Like, there's not.
Are you talking about, dude? Like, yeah. Could you imagine this starting 5 of Steph, DeMar, Klay, Dre, and like Wiseman with another year under his belt? That shit is crazy, dude.
That shit is insane. Like, it is a fucking insane lineup to think about.
And like the crazy thing about that, it would be the most balanced lineup ever, because they have like everyone playing at their respective position is the perfect height for their position.
Yeah.
In the modern NBA. And they have Klay, Dre, and Wiseman's defense. They have like it overlaps, so like you don't have the first 2 spots like Steph and DeMar, you don't have their defense, but you have these three over here with their defense. But then
Yeah.
you have these two's offense and Clay's offense. So it's like
Yeah.
you want your starting five to like overlap. Like
Yeah.
one player falls into both categories. And I think it
Yeah.
would work so well for the Warriors. And this isn't me trying to be biased and like, oh, I want to get their 7th pick. I think it would be really good for them.
It would be very good, dude. No, it would be like the ideal situation for DeMar. Again, he goes to California. He goes to a contender because now like the whole team's gonna kind of be healthy again. Hopefully, it's just it's. I know it's gonna kind of create this juggernaut for the West again, but I think they could be absolutely reloaded if they were to pull that trigger for DeMar.
And you know what else
Like,
comes with that?
it's no cap.
If they
As the
have,
kids say.
if we create a little juggernaut in the West, all those guys are in their 30s anyways, besides Wiseman.
Yeah, they're not gonna
So
last
it's
long.
like
Exactly.
it'll
It's not
last.
gonna-
It's like they'll fall as our younger guys grow old, so it'll intersect like maybe half a year or 1 year at the end of season, and then we'll be on the uprise, and they'll be on the downfall, but not in a bad way because I think they're planning to try and do like 2 or 3 more win now years. And I think if you add DeMar to that team, they're like a 3rd or 4th seed. They'll be with Clay back, they'll be insane.
Someone just tried to say DeAndre Ayton is this year's Tyler Hero.
Fuck no. What? Oh no.
In terms of a playoff breakout, but he's much better.
Kevin Herter is this year's Tyler Hero. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I still want to sign him.
Who?
Kevin Herter.
Oh yeah, I mean I like him, but
so I forgot who it was, but someone tweeted, "The Red Mamba walked so Kevin Herter could run."
That's funny.
But he is not the new Red Mamba. Like
No.
he is not. He will never be the new Red Mamba.
No. Y'all think 4
There,
million gets us
there can be
Boban
no
for
other
Carl.
Red Mamba.
Anyone else have any questions? We're hitting questions as we watch this game. Phoenix is up 25-22 with 10:54 left in the second. And, ooh, a nice little layup from Mikal Bridges. 27-22.
I hope.
Let me put that score back on.
I think for the culture, it would be good for Chris Paul to get a ring this year. Like just for basketball lore, because there's too many of these like all-time great legends without rings, and I think it would be cool for him to be the one to get it.
I just
Even
don't
though I'm
know.
not a fan
I
of
don't
him.
know if I don't think I've forgiven Chris Paul for hitting that shot when he was on the Clippers against him over Timmy.
2016.
Yeah, that's still fresh.
I remember I was extremely pissed off after that bucket.
I agree.
I think I broke something.
Like I totally agree, right? But I think like my number one option to get a ring this year is the Bucks because they're a small market team and it would be great. But if
Arizona's kind of a small team too, small market team.
Yeah, but they have so much media presence that other small market teams that don't. That I think they're going to turn into a big market team, like a larger team. But like for me, the tier list is like Brooklyn, Phoenix, then it's like Atlanta, and then the Clippers. And I don't want Atlanta to win a ring. Well, it would be funny, the chaos of like the Luka Trey comparisons, but I don't want
You mean
Atlanta.
Milwaukee? You said Brooklyn, so did you mean Milwaukee?
Yeah, Milwaukee.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know why I said Brooklyn. I don't want Atlanta to win a ring because I think Trey getting one before Chris Paul would just be like it would throw off the balance of basketball. It would throw off everyone's chakras. But also like I want them to fizzle out hard because I want Collins to come to this team hungry.
Or like I would be super. Well, I don't know if I'd be super upset, but I think Trey getting a ring before Luka.
It'd be so funny.
It would really like turn that whole
conversation
around on like who was the better draft, like who the Mavs should have picked at at 1 instead of going or trading. So
and it wouldn't really be fair, even though it'd be funny because like the Mavs had such a worse team built around their star because the Hawks, like Trey is in a perfect situation. Oh, that's drained. Never mind, that was a brick. Or that was an air ball. But like it would be so fun. We would get like you think Mickey memes are bad? The only time I've been emotional was for you don't have to comment that, buddy.
Who would the Spurs potentially
sorry, Jake,
trade
I'm
besides
banning you
DeRozan
from
for the
the
Warriors'
stream
7th
for
pick,
that.
and who
Just
would
kidding.
be a good fit for the Spurs? The only time
For the 7th pick, we would have to trade. We could trade like 12 Lonnie and Keldon for like maybe Oubre in 7, because we still want Oubre.
It'd be a sign trade then.
Yeah,
with Oubre.
Yeah, it'd be a sign trade.
and we would sign Lonnie with it.
I
to,
mean,
like,
I
help the
would
numbers
even
a bit
like,
more.
I would even trade. I don't know if I would trade Keldon and the 12th for Wiggins in the 7th. Probably not.
Well, I don't think that would get us. Do you mean like with DeMar?
Oh no! I'm just saying because you don't. So you don't necessarily need to match Wiggins' money because the Spurs
We have so
have
much
enough
cap
cap space to
space.
absorb
Yeah.
it. So like, whoever's willing, like it would free up cap space for Golden State and whoever Golden State is willing to take on. So you could possibly, for some reason, I don't want Phoenix to win it all. I don't know. So you could potentially just like send Keldon or just send Devin or just send Lonnie alone and absorb like Wiggins or absorb Draymond Green, so that way you get that 7th pick.
Yeah. Did y'all see Tyrese Halliburton tweeted, "Tankathon lied to me this morning," and the Kings quoted it and said, "Same."
I think the Kings have the top class social media team in the league. The Magic are up there. It's like the worst teams actually have some of the best social media teams.
We're getting up there. Hope that doesn't reflect anything about the state of our team. But...
I think the Spurs have one of the best, at least, content teams.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a difference between social media and content, but Spurs have some of the best content out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this glass up.
I was gonna say, are you going to the restroom again?
No.
Oh, he broke the seal.
I'm horrible with alcohol. That's kind of another reason I'm not drinking, because I will be going to the restroom like no one's fucking business. It's a little too much for me.
For some reason, I don't want Phoenix to win anyone but Kawhi. You know what? Like, I like Booker a lot. I like Campaign Story a lot. I do like Ayton a lot.
You just did.
The only person on the Phoenix team that I don't like very much is definitely Chris Paul.
You missed
guys
it.
laughing?
Nick did like a finger guns to the camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop
did
doing...
he?
Okay, I do have a special guest joining us from our very own chat. Josh.
Surprise guest.
Josh, welcome into the At the Line Twitch stream. Thank you for coming in, buddy.
This
How are you
is
doing
like
tonight?
better than the locker room.
Did I actually get this to work?
Yeah,
Yes, you
we can
did.
hear you, dude. What's up?
Oh, not much, man. I was just getting familiar with Discord.
Oh, nice.
See, that's what happens with everyone. I think I had to get Tom used to Discord at one point whenever we had him on the podcast one time. Jeff doesn't know how to use Discord in any sort of the fucking way.
Yeah, it's a millennial thing, but I should know.
You need to send a PDF every time you invite somebody to the Discord, so that way they know.
Funny.
All right, so Josh, how you feeling? How you feeling about
I think
this?
I have
12?
camera going if you want me to turn it on.
Yeah, well, if you can set it
Got a
up.
little,
Yeah, give me
got a
1
little,
second. I'm going to set it up. But go ahead and turn on your camera.
got a little
So where-
Ginobili picture over here.
Where would that put Kawhi if he were to win a championship with 3 different teams? Like on the tier list of
Probably
all-time
top
great
20,
players.
top 25 all time, top 20. Just because like Kawhi's not coming back, right? This offseason. With even the most minor ACL injury, you're out 6 to 8 weeks. The most minor one.
They haven't
Right?
said what it was. I mean, they said there's an ACL sprain or whatever, or like ACL related, but nothing for sure. So I don't know. He could come back. I don't know, but it would really suck for the Clippers if he didn't, because obviously they need him.
I don't know. They look good without him. And I think it lends itself to Paul George. This may sound weird. Paul George being a natural born leader. And like he had to refer the leadership duties to Kawhi, and Kawhi would try and disperse it around other players because he doesn't have a leadership bone in his body. So PG was just sitting in the back, kind of like trying to score and do nothing. But people forget that PG was like an MVP candidate in Oklahoma City. He was one in Indiana, and he was like the leader of both of those teams. Like people say Russ was. I think PG was like the leader, like the unspoken leader in OKC. He was just so good.
I mean, LeBron's the only reason he didn't make the finals like a few times.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. And I mean, I it's like kind of the same thing with DeMar, right? Because DeMar, whenever he's not scoring less than 10 points a game, because he did that a couple times this year, he's like a natural born leader. He can take over games. Like, he's limited with his skill set, but the only reason he didn't make the finals is because of LeBron, right? He was the leader. Like, people say Kyle Lowry was like this big leader in Toronto. He is now, but he wasn't when DeMar was there. DeMar was their heart and soul. And, like, he still kind of is. Like, there are so many Raptors fans that cheer for the Spurs just because of DeMar. Like, I think it speaks to it.
I think as far as Kawhi goes, I think maybe Ibaka might be more important to this team as far as like what they need.
Oh yeah,
than Kawhi coming back. Like I think it would be much better or a fairer match if they had Ibaka, just because they would have a bigger presence to match up with like Ayton, underneath.
Yeah. So I have a question for you, Josh. Not like I'm trying to think of the question. I know Josh. We interact on Twitter all the time.
Josh is now on stream by the way too.
Yeah. So Josh, like you were hearing, do you think, just like for our wishful thinking, do you think that a sign and trade for Wiggins in 7 for DeMar 12th and like maybe Lonnie or a future second or first does that get done if we were to offer it, especially considering that there's like a weird camaraderie relationship between Golden State and Pop?
Yeah, I heard that part. You're talking about how we helped him get his first ring and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have some effect on it. It might be wishful, but at the same time, they're not like far away from. They're not like, they still got Klay Thompson coming back. They got Curry. So, DeMar could really affect that. I'm obviously I would go for that. I know most of us would. So, yeah, I mean, why not just get the feelers out there? I like how they're going to be together at the Olympics. So that's gonna.
Yeah,
he has plenty of tampering to do this summer,
and we know that Pop tampers.
He has plenty. That's true.
And my thing is
that's
like
his assignment.
Like as far as we know with reports, even from Woj and them, is like they were going to help us out last, like up until an hour before the draft. It looked like we were getting a big trade done with them, and then Klay Thompson's Achilles just goes kaput. It's like, and of course, like you can't do anything like that with that big of a franchise-altering move, like that big of a season-altering move. You can't make a trade right there. But it looked like they were willing to do some big stuff with us, and it would have been like, it would have been mutual for each franchise. It would have worked well for both franchises down the road, now and down the road. So I think that even if you do a sign and trade, like sign Oubre, sign DeMar, trade them, and then swap the picks, like I think that could almost get done because of the skill disparity for what Golden State needs versus what we need, and like how they could use DeMar and how they don't need Oubre, but apparently some Spurs players want Oubre. I think that could get done, and I'm not sure that Golden State wouldn't at least pick up the phone.
Right. I mean, yeah, they would have to. What I'm wondering about that whole Spurs wanting him, or all I saw was someone saying it on Bleacher Report, which I don't really take as like Woj or anything, but I don't know if there was anything more to that. I think it was like one or two sentences saying, some players would like to see him, but I don't know how much there is to that other than they just said like sources said or something, like kind of they do when they're kind of pulling a Broussard or something and just copping out, but yeah, there's a lot there that can be worked with. Multiple players, multiple picks involved, especially since they have those two pretty high picks, and they already are pretty well off with the nice little core there.
Yeah,
be interesting.
And
I know that like the Spurs front office has apprehension to making a deal with somebody in the West, but I think this is one of those times where you kind of have to overlook that and say, like, is this going to be beneficial for the Spurs? Yes. Does it also help out Golden State? Yes. So it's like that's one of those things where there's a mutual benefit to working with him, even if they are within the Western Conference. Like it's just one of those things. Like, hey, that seventh pick,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever potentially you get, and if you can pry the 14th or maybe another first round from a later draft pick, man, the possibilities are kind of endless with that.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably one of the better ones. Now I know I tell you it will be later this time. I'm staying up late here.
And two things.
Got that done.
One of them is that I think it's a little bit more enticing for Golden State because you always have the, what if the player we trade for, like a star player that calls for so many assets like DeMar, like what if they don't like it? This dude is Compton born and raised. Like,
he's in California, exactly.
And he's like young enough to play a while longer in the league, but not like old enough to where like you're looking at maybe one more huge contract and he'll play well for that. Like, he would probably retire a Warrior, and that's what they would want.
Exactly. And not only that, but he's more than likely gonna sign that sign and trade offer if it's somewhere to like Golden State versus Cleveland at 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want Cleveland at 3, but what's more realistic that he's going to sign.
Yeah. And another trade idea that I had, and I think you may have heard it, was would you do either Wiggins or Oubre, doesn't matter, one of those 7 and 14 for DeMar, Lonnie, and 12? Basically, you'd be adding Lonnie for the 14th pick, because I think that could also net you Kai Jones, and I would rather have Kai Jones than Lonnie.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of been thinking about which of the young core is the most like trade possible, and it's tough because Lonnie does really have a nice upside, and he has a really great attitude. And he's very lovable in San Antonio, but so is like every other Spurs. So you just kind of have to go with you just have to go with like which one is like. I mean, you can't say Keldon. His rise was so quick and sudden, and it's just like you have to see what else he has.
Yeah.
So I mean, with Lonnie, it would be tough for sure, but. At the end of the day, it is a business, and I'm sure he would understand. And I think it would probably be worth it for Lonnie. Out of the group, I wouldn't go with White. I wouldn't say DeJounte. I wouldn't say Keldon.
Yeah.
Lonnie's probably the one, but it'd have to be worth it for sure.
Yeah, and like with DeJounte, I think that the whole front office sees him basically as completely untouchable, just because. I mean, he is like. I would put him up there with like Patty as like a Spur. DeJounte is a Spur. He probably has like trade secrets with he is there. I think he is Pop's guy. Keldon fits in this weird position, right? Where he feels a need, like he can feel a need that we're struggling at, right? He could play, I mean, in a bigger lineup, he could play shooting guard, but he plays small forward and power forward. Lonnie, he's basically relegated to shooting guard. I mean, he's a little bit small, not quite strong enough yet to play small forward. He can do it, but there's a little bit of redundancy with wings. And unless he improves, like he's an average defender, but unless he improves that defense even more, then he's kind of like 2 tiers down on the totem pole below Derek and DeJounte. And I don't think it'd be, and I agree, like especially with Devin, I don't think it would be responsible to trade Devin, because like the flashes that he's shown are flashes that we haven't even seen from on defense, are flashes that we haven't even seen from Derek and DeJounte. Like,
I mean, he's literally the only rookie that's played like his rookie season in San Antonio.
Oh yeah, and that says
obviously
a lot.
The Spurs value him way more than any rookie that they've had in the previous years.
Since Tony or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. That immediate impact like that. Yeah, I'm also curious too if we do end up keeping Lonnie and DeMar walks, or there's something that happens, how Lonnie would be. I know that when DeMar was out for his father, when he was out for those few games, Lonnie just like went off.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys where like
numbers.
He's really growing with when the ball's in his hands, and
Oh, yeah.
that doesn't really happen very often when DeMar is there because he commands the ball and he does good things with it. But still, like Lonnie, in more of a ball dominant role would be very interesting because his passing has been really excelling lately. This last season, it's very impressive. He's had some like killer passes. So that would be interesting to see if DeMar is gone and he takes one more of like the 1 or 2 option on whenever if he's on the bench or coming as a starter. That would be interesting to see as well because I still think he has a lot there.
That's true. And so Ty and I recorded one episode for my podcast,
like a practice episode.
Yeah, and we were gonna release it, but I was a little unorganized with it, and we also mentioned like a few little people that there's been some like drama. Like I talked about them in a good light, and I don't want that to be out because I don't respect.
Say
these
no
people.
more. I think.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Because I put them in a good light, and I don't want that to get out that I ever respected these people. But
first episode, you're canceled.
Yeah, I talked 20 minutes about specifically because there's a lot that like I looked at games that that DeMar played that Lonnie didn't, and games that Lonnie played that DeMar didn't, and like games that DeMar played that Lonnie didn't, we had a worse winning percentage, and the sample sizes weren't tiny. It was like over 10 games each, so it's like at least the 7th of the season. We saw
significant.
Yeah, it was significant enough to where you can see a pattern form. Our shooting percentages were down without Lonnie. We were losing more games without Lonnie. In general, it was just like DeMar had a few more touches. But if you look at the games, I think it was like 8 or 12. I can't remember. No, it was like, I don't know. It was like somewhere around the number 8 that we had Lonnie starting in place of DeMar. And I think he ended up averaging well above his season high or his season average for points. Our 3-point shooting at the beginning of the year, it was lower, but as it went on and where Lonnie played and DeMar didn't, it got higher, mainly because like we didn't have LaMarcus chucking shit up, and we didn't have Trey Lyles being a bum on the court. But we had a better winning percentage, and there were 3 games in a row, I think 2 or 3, where Lonnie put up like 25 points a game when DeMar didn't play, and it was against good teams.
It was around there.
One of them, it started with Houston. 16. Yeah. And we could totally see like some crazy, not even crazy, because it's like some fans expect it. And I'm one of the people that like lean towards it, where Lonnie taking DeMar's touches, taking his minutes, taking his shots, taking his use, everything, like he could be something super special. And he has shown us that, right? Like I think we can all agree that whenever you look at like total ceiling, like peak possible player, Lonnie is like a tier or 2 above anyone else on the team because of his athleticism, his passing, his shooting, how fast he is. I guess that falls in with athleticism. He's shown that he can defend, but even if he becomes an average defender, like just his ability, like his offensive ability, he looks like if he was in the right setup, given the right touches, he could put up like 24 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists a night, like similar numbers to DeMar, except he's playing slightly better defense and he's shooting a 3. So on a way cheaper contract. So it's like, I'm definitely not someone who's like saying, let's trade Lonnie. I'm just like, if it nets us like the 7th pick in like Wiggins, first of all, if you had Wiggins and Lonnie on the same team, that's super redundant anyways. But if you can get 7 or like if you can have 14 in this draft for Lonnie, like that may be a stretch. I don't know. I'm still super, super, super high on Lonnie. It's just like he's the most tradable because he has less question marks as of right now. And the question marks he has, we're banking that he takes huge leaps without DeMar. And like that would be kind of irresponsible to bank on if you have something really good right in front of you that you know will at least be like really decent for the team.
Yeah, that makes sense. By the way, I hope I didn't like take Ty's spot. I don't know.
Oh no, I've been doing other stuff. You guys are good. I am more than happy to kind of like take a back seat. I do this often.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts, Josh, on just like overall, are you a Kai Jones guy? Are you a Kispert guy? Are you a Wagner guy? Like, what are you looking at right now at 12?
You just named like 3 that I've been reading a lot about.
Or are you a trade up guy to like 7 or 8? I mean, I guess we're all that. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, trade up, maybe Kuminga would be one. I've been. This is kind of the first off season where I'm getting more into draft stuff because I've never been one to really watch a lot of college ball and kind of be in that whole area. But with my stuff at Project Spurs and Air Alamo, like you got to be tapped into that when there's off season because what are you going to be talking about?
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot more reading, doing more international stuff. I've looked at Alperen Sengun. This
Is
other
that how
guy,
you say it? Sengun? Because I keep saying like Segan. I have no idea.
Penguin. I don't know. It could be anything. I say Sengun. I mean, the way it's spelled, it sounds like Sengun. He looks nice. I don't know how far he's going to fall or not because he's still very raw defensively.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like a dark horse for me. I wouldn't say I would pick him. From what I've been hearing, it's mostly kind of like how you're first jumping into something where it's like, okay, you keep seeing this guy's name, Kai Jones, and you read more about him. So from what I've been reading and kind of researching and watching videos, Kai Jones is definitely one there, especially if you want like an athletic big instead of just adding another guard to this whole mix because there are so many already that are promising. So I kind of am leaning towards someone like him. I guess, and then at the same time, that's kind of like the whole Air Alamo side of things. And then when I go to my draft guy Ben at Project Spurs,
Shout out
really
Ben
likes.
Weinstein.
Yeah, shout out. He was actually on another live stream before this that I was watching. He's really high on Franz Wagner, so probably the best shooter in the draft class, which is like definitely what we need because our leading shooters were Rudy Gay and Patty Mills. Maybe Trey Jones if you count like 4 shots. So, I mean, it really just depends on what they're gonna go for. But those are kind of the names I've been looking at.
We haven't discussed the Orlando option. Orlando was said to be interested in DeMar.
And they have what, the 5th pick?
They got 2 picks.
And they got 5.
5 and 8.
I mean, it's good for DeMar. I mean, Orlando's not bad. DeMar has young kids.
It's kind of like Grosser, California. It's Grosser, California.
Probably get you Kuminga.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
that's
I think that works. And you wouldn't even really have to they don't have a bunch of dead contracts. They have like young players. They're kind of in a similar situation with us. They have young players on smaller contracts, and I wouldn't say they have a bright future because their front office is dog water.
They're in the start of a rebuild.
Yeah, they're in the start of a rebuild that I don't see being completed until I'm 40 years old.
They're in year 10 of a start of a rebuild.
Yeah. Yeah. Crap.
So you could easily get 5th or 8th depending on if DeMar does want to go there. Again, it's kind of the same situation with Cleveland that we talked about, where that just might not happen. But it's always a possibility, just with the options that you do have.
Yeah, I think. I mean, honestly, Orlando has already mentioned that they're going to be all in one win.
Maybe
all in win now mode. Nothing's on the table, including 5 pick. Orlando's a dumpster fire now. That's the only thing that Orlando has going against it is like the fact that it's not like a championship team. So good DeMar going over there. That's probably like his biggest hesitation is they're not built to win now unless they made trades in order to get like another player around DeMar and like DeMar and that other all-star, whatever you want to say, goes and they end up becoming a powerhouse or at least somewhat in the contention in the East. That might work. But honestly, I think like it always comes back like the same road or all the roads diverge back to Golden State. Like if DeMar wants to be successful, go back home. Have better players around them. Golden State, and no one can convince me otherwise.
Oh no, I agree.
Especially because they were they're always one of the top 3-point shooting teams.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're not going to need that from him, and I mean, that's just like they just go together.
Long shot guess that you probably would have to throw in some additional assets, trading back to Toronto.
Oh yeah.
Oh
that'd be
shit!
that'd be
Oh
interesting.
my god! Imagine getting fourth
Getting
and
fourth.
DeMar going back to Toronto.
They
So
might do it.
you would have
Oh
to.
shit! You're talking crazy now, Ty, and I like it.
I know you'd have
like
to.
it.
I think you certainly
Give it to me. Sell me on DeMar back to Toronto.
So
with
back
a
to
reunion
because
of Kyle Lowry.
Toronto is
Scissor
still
him.
Toronto just got hurt by injuries. and
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
no, so Toronto just kind of they got limited like the Spurs due to injuries. So they're not that many pieces away. You are about to lose Kyle Lowry, and you do have this
Kyle
pick
Lowry might stay if DeMar goes back.
and
Oh,
that could be
1000%.
and that could be a way where you might be able to get a pay cut with Lowry as a result too.
Yeah.
But I think you would have to trade the 12th no matter what, and DeMar. I think you could get away by throwing a future first out there.
Yeah.
But you might need to throw maybe additional player like Alani or someone like that
God, they
to
could
get
use
that
Lonnie.
piece.
He'd be
But
so
the,
good.
the question is, if you do trade Lonnie, do you get Green as a result and get that kind of that franchise altering guy?
Oh, dude, he's gonna be like he may get picked before Suggs. That dude is gonna end up putting up 28 a night in the prime of his career. Like he may not be like. This may sound weird. He may not be the number one option in terms of like DeJounte, because I think DeJounte would be the facilitator. He would be the team leader, but he would damn sure like he would be. He has the ability, from what I've seen of him, to end up as like at least a one-time scoring champion in the league. Like he's just a walking bucket.
Now I say that you do trade away some assets, but you might be able to take away some money back there because they do have some pretty. They will have about $101 million already tied between Pascal, Fred, and OG, along with a $10 million option, like non-guaranteed option for Rodney Hood. So maybe they get rid of the cap hold with Rodney Hood, don't re-sign Aaron Baines because that's a team option, luckily. Then, you already have some cap situations that you can kind of get rid of, but it's realistic in terms of working financially, working in terms of
It is
team fit. It's just a matter of Toronto really willing to give away that top 4 pick.
And what's perfect for teams? So like,
I mean, going to 4 to 12 isn't like. I mean, that's not going to be bad. They're still going to get a pretty good. Pretty good
it's
pick
not
at
bad.
12.
It's not bad. And plus, you get DeMar DeRozan out of that, and you get your number 1 star back.
Yeah,
and you pair them up, arguably to better players in Pascal and Fred VanVleet.
No LeBron.
Yeah, So like, the thing that works out so well with that, so with Toronto, and with Golden State especially, is that both of those teams are dream fits for him. I would bet money that both of those teams would want him. Neither of those teams can get him in free agency. Both teams could only get him through trade. That's why it's perfect, right? Because if Golden State had the money, he would just go sign with them probably. Like I doubt he would be inclined to do a signing. He would just go sign with them. They can't afford him. Toronto can't afford him. The teams that can afford him, like, I don't think he wants to go play for the Knicks. And another question.
Detroit, I think, has the most cap space too.
Yeah.
I think.
Another question I have about DeMar, and I don't know if this has been answered. I haven't followed very closely with like articles about him. I'm not totally convinced that he does not see himself as a clear number 1 option on the team. I'm not sure how open he is to being a second or third option on a team, unless it's specifically with only Golden State, because they have a good chance at winning a ring. Like, I don't think in like Toronto he would be the number 1 option, but if you tried to trade him to if he tried to go to the Knicks, he wouldn't be the number 1 option. Orlando, he might be. He probably would be, but he knows that he'd be in a fucking dumpster fire. Like, I don't see a good fit for him anywhere. And you're right, Mac. You're exactly right. I don't see a good fit for him anywhere outside of Toronto and Golden State. Like, because Toronto, he's home, number 1 option. Golden State, second or third option, probably third, has like an astronomical chance at winning a ring. Like, they would be instant contenders with him and Clay back. Like, there's just, and he knows that. Nowhere else offers that. The Knicks have a bunch of question marks, especially after their weird playoff run. Question marks around Julius Randle. The fan base is dog shit, to say the least. I'm not sure that he would appreciate, because like I feel like outside of Spurs Twitter being kind of douchey about DeMar, like we're a really loyal, nice fan base, and when our guys mess up, like it's not like people, you know, trying to burn down the Empire State Building. It's not a town of like 14 million people just taking a dump on you on Twitter. It's like 30 Gen Z millennial kids on Twitter like us being like, Joker. Like, that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right. I think that,
like, the story writes itself. Like, it's too fucking perfect for him either to go to Golden State or back to Toronto. Again, all the roads diverge back onto those two. Like, it's just, it's almost too good to be true, and you know it's not going to fucking happen because of who the Spurs are.
Yeah, as far as what you were kind of saying is if he's actually spoken about it, I don't really think there's anything out there in terms of like if he's ready to be a second option.
Yeah.
But I think we can probably assume that he would be willing to do that if it's for a contending team.
Yeah.
For a ring.
Like most people around his age get to, you know. But if it's for, you know, like you said, like the Magic, probably, I mean, he would be the first option anyways, but if it's for a team that wants him as the second option that's not really a contender, he probably wouldn't really be down for that.
And the biggest thing with that, right, is like it's the exact same thing with LaMarcus, right? He was not going to come off the bench. He has too much humility. He kind of earned to never come off the bench, right? Like on a team like San Antonio. And I know like he regressed a lot, especially from last year. Like how he was producing, he was a bench player this year for us, and he was not dealing with it. He just sat out, and I don't blame him. Like he should have sat out. It was best for both teams. It was best for the locker room. But then it's like, oh wait, Brooklyn wants me in a buyout. They're poised to win a ring. If Kyrie and Harden didn't get injured, they would have won this ring. They would have won all out this year. Like, wait, that nagging on my ear. So he signs with them. The heart thing, it's sad. Same thing with DeMar. Oh wait. I can be the third option behind who? Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. What the fuck? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I guarantee you that he will be set up more than once to still have his moments of glory, like the Dallas game that we got to go to, where he hits like an insane 2-second left game-winning midi. Like he will have those moments. He'll be their best playmaker. He's a better playmaker than Steph. He's kind of what they're missing, is like an insane high-level passing playmaker. Because Steph can pass, but he's not like DeMar leveled up in San Antonio on his playmaking. He's one of the best playmakers in the league. And I heard it on, it was either Noah's podcast or it was on Zach Lowe. I can't remember. They were talking about how DeMar was like top 3 or top 5 on assisted 3-pointers this season. And we were like bottom, like at the bottom of the pack on 3-pointers made. So it's crazy, like, yeah. Can you imagine
I think it was
him?
Noah that said that.
Yeah, can you imagine him kicking out to Steph and Klay all season? Holy shit. It's so perfect that I don't think it's possible to happen because it's just too plain in front of us. Something in the universe, knock on wood, is going to be like, no. Like, it's not happening, buddy. Y'all can't be happy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just conceivably, like, that's the best place for him to go. Not to mention the whole aspect of him like shooting threes, like, oh, DeMar doesn't shoot threes. Oh, DeMar doesn't shoot threes. That's why he sucks. That's why he's never gonna go anywhere. That's why he's never gonna win. That's gonna go away
completely
when you have Klay and Steph next to you, because it's like, who the fuck cares if DeMar can't shoot a 3? Like, you have Steph and Klay right beside you. Like, you don't need to shoot a 3 when those guys are your teammates and you're kicking out and dishing out to them. The two best shooters that the game has ever seen, you know, with DeMar, who can pass and play make. Like, you don't need that conversation of him being a liability is going to go completely away because your spacing is completely different in that system.
That's arguably the best offensive team in the league.
Yeah, and you don't like you don't even need a defense either from him. Like, he doesn't he could sit there at fucking half court and wait for the play to come back over to their side on offense because you have Dre, you have Klay, and you have Wiseman. like they're like Wiseman, he's getting there, but Dre and Clay are defensive monsters. Clay is Clay's the most underrated defender in the league by far. Like, we call DeJounte underrated. People forget that Clay is like probably a top 5 one-on-one defender in the league, top 10 at minimum. So it's like,
hopefully he comes back. Like 100%.
And I think he will, right? Because he's not like some super athletic like Lonnie. Like if this happened to Lonnie's Achilles, you know, it's not good. But someone like Clay, who is someone who doesn't really touch the ball outside of shooting, someone who's not dunking, he's just defending, he's moving laterally, and he's shooting, and that's about it. So I think he is the perfect player to come back super strong from an Achilles rupture or Achilles tear.
Didn't he have that game where he had a bunch of threes and like one dribble per three or something?
It was like 40 or 60 points.
He didn't dribble more than like 2 times or 3 times. Ball, which is fucking wild to think about.
Know.
He's
I could do that.
The best catch and shoot shooter of all time. Like, there's just no one better. And it really upsets me that I'm getting myself super excited about this possible trade because like if you showed this to Golden State fans, they'd probably be like, fuck yeah, like, can we have like, it seems like the most mutually beneficial trade of all time, or like one of them. Like, you just don't get trades better than this for either team. And it might
it's a win-win all around.
It might even be better for them than it is for us because we don't know if our draft pick would pan out. They know what DeMar does.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And they still get
can you DM Bob Myers and get him in here maybe?
I'll try. I'm contacting their PR right now.
Just send him this whole like last hour of of the stream because it's all he
should take.
Yeah. Or send it to Bob Wright or Brian Wright. Be like, hey,
both.
Get on the fucking horn with Bob Myers, dude. You need to get out. You need to call Golden State right now and get it working.
Perfect.
I'm really curious about that. I know, going back to the Toronto one, and I'm just really curious. Would the trade package of DeMar, Lonnie, 12th pick, and a future first rounder be enough or not enough, or be too much for you guys for the 4th overall?
That works.
Wait, what did you say?
So DeMar DeRozan, Lonnie, the 12th pick, and a future first rounder for the 4th.
That's too much. Maybe it's like borderline too much.
They got to part somebody back.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe OG or Rodney Hood, just for money wise. It's just a guess.
I don't think they're parting with OG. I think it'd have to be Rodney Hood.
I'm just thinking of a trade package that, because I'm talking with our friends Bullify, who are from Toronto and Toronto fans, and they said they are going to trade for DeMar for that 4th overall pick, you got to give them something.
I would give them Lonnie. I'd give them DeMar, Lonnie in the 12th for sure. Maybe like how far down can you go for a first round pick? Could we give them like 2024, 2025?
We could.
I would probably do something like that.
Yeah, like I don't think you could do. You can't. You can actually do that.
Fuck it, give him 2023. I don't care. Yeah, I just want that.
That would work for
overall
the
pick, dude. Just give it to him. Like, if I would do it. If it's an overpay, like, we're not giving up too much, especially because I don't see us picking in the lottery in 2023. Like, I just don't see it. If we are, it'd be high lottery because I think our team's just going to get better. So missing out on a decent role player 2 years from now for the chance to get, like, Green or Suggs is, like, I can stomach that. I don't care. And we're going to lose DeMar for nothing anyways. So, like, DeMar shouldn't be, like, in the equation because that's a given. It's like, how much do you want to surround it? So DeMar and the 12th are a given. It's like, basically, you're giving up Lonnie, and do you want to include a first on top? I think I would test it with Lonnie first, and then if that doesn't work, maybe try and include a first. But I think, I think the Toronto front office, even though they got a ring out of it, you can tell, like, by the way they've talked, not recently, but, like, over the years and how they've kind of tried to, like, talk to DeMar, like, between games and stuff, this and that, like, they still kind of feel a little guilty just, like, tossing it, like, selling their soul for a ring and that soul being DeMar. And they wouldn't take it back for the world. Like, they wouldn't take it back for anything. But, like, I could see them trying to make amends a little bit with DeMar and like having that hometown hero that like probably the most fan loved player almost of all time. Like he has insane stands, like not in a bad way. Like he has the nicest, most healthiest stan fan base on NBA Twitter. All of his fans, for the most part, are incredibly nice. They're super devoted. They're not like I don't know. They're not like some Kyrie fans, some KD fans. They're not delusional. They know who DeMar is. They just love him. And I think it would be a huge deal for the city of Toronto for them to get him back, make another playoff run, especially because there's more parity in the league now. You could see how it goes. And honestly, they could be with DeMar back. With DeMar in the 12th pick, they could be a fifth in the East, fourth in the East, pretty easily, I think. With Pascal back, if they were to re-sign Kyle Lowry, they have OG, they have Hood, they could get Lonnie out of it. Like, they would be a really good team. So I think that one works out well also. And this is from someone who doesn't know how front offices work, who I tend to overvalue Spurs players. I tend to undervalue other players. But, like, I think that could work. And I think it would be like, I think, if anything, it would like jolt the city of Toronto to have him back. And like they didn't play a single game in Toronto this year. So could you imagine their homecoming, them bringing along DeMar with them back to Toronto? That'd be like poetic. It'd be hilarious.
All right. So that kind of wraps it up for this At the Line stream of the Draft Lottery Party, guys. Thank you for tuning us. Nick and I are going to stay. We're going to watch the game over here, but everyone else got to go. But first, Mac, where can they find you on Twitter and all your lovely content?
Go ahead and follow me at Mac Pena. It's super easy. MacPena, 7 letters. I'm also doing stuff for Project Spurs. So check them out. Check out Ben Bornstein's coverage of the draft, and especially these draft picks. Now that we know where the Spurs are going to land, Ben Bornstein's been covering a bunch of prospects. I know Josh is also coming out with something, so make sure you tune into him too. Yes. Anything Project Spurs, anything Air Alamo, just anything. Even Noah has his own Alamo City limits. I mean,
a lot of great content.
There's a lot of great content out there. Yeah, if you want to get more in depth about the Spurs and the coverage, there's a ton of content. There's a ton of people to follow. Again, my name's Mac. You follow me at Mac Benyon. Thanks.
Guest star Josh, where can they find all your lovely content?
Yes, thanks for letting me crash your
Thank you for coming on
party here. At Josh810 on Twitter, 810. Like he said, I do stuff for Air Alamo, a lot of stuff for Air Alamo. For Project Spurs, actually tomorrow we're going to be releasing Ben's 12 realistic options at number 12. So they're not going to be any Mobleys on there, but there's going to be people like Wagner and stuff like that. So that's going to be on Project Spurs. You can see it at their Twitter, at my Twitter, at Mac's Twitter. Mac's actually going to do a nice graphic for that, hopefully, later.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get that
the graphic king.
In the morning. And thanks for having me.
Nick, where can they get your stuff?
At Nic Yarbro on Twitter. It's spelled NICYARBRO. Currently, I'm trying to start up a podcast. I just need to figure out who can record at what time, maybe get a first episode out. I'm currently a free agent on the reporting scene, so hopefully I can fire up some articles for publication soon. That'd be really fun. Until then, you can follow me for my slightly out-of-pocket tweets, and you'll see all of us, or hopefully Josh could at least spot in, but you'll see me, Mac, Noah, and probably Ty and probably Noah for a draft party in the same format. But yeah, at Nic Yarbro on Twitter.
Yep, you can follow me on Twitter at the Ty Jager. Make sure to follow at the line pod on Twitter. I promise we're gonna get a podcast out. The live streams are just the start of this off-season period. We're excited to get back to work. Make sure you follow my stuff. You can get all of my articles and content on the Spurs Zone at Spurs Zone at news4sanantonio.com or Fox 29. Again, for Mac, Chris, Nick, what do you got?
I also forgot to shout out my podcast without any episodes. It's at the Fiesta Bros. So at the Fiesta Bros. So follow that for 0 content, and maybe you'll get some soon if you're nice.
All right, for Mac, for Josh, for Nick, I'm Ty, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, y'all.
See ya.